Jasmine Mitchell. Next we have Michaela Clay. Michaela is being escorted by Gwendolyn Clegg and Earl Thomas Clegg III. She has been a trainer for 2 years. She also participated on the cheer and prom team from her kindergarten to 8th grade years. Her future plans are to attend Baylor University and to pursue a doctorate in physical therapy. She also wants to become a sports physical therapist for either the NFL or the MLB. Ladies and gentlemen, Michaela Clay. At this time, we'd like to acknowledge one of the prom trainers, Miss Chloe Walker. Chloe is being escorted by Trista Gaffney and Marnie Jackson. Her sports history, she cheered for 12 years and became the prom trainer her junior year. Her future plans are to attend Texas Southern University, majoring in ophthalmology, and also to travel the world. Later, she desires to own her own eye care office and to expand her business all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, Chloe Walker. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our football team, our trainers, and our prom, and then we will acknowledge our cheerleaders. We'd like to acknowledge Victoria Abad. She's being escorted by her dad, Victor, her mother, Leanne, and her stepfather, Hector. She began her sports career her freshman year as a prom and a member of the cheer team her senior year. Her future plans are getting into real estate, getting her license, also attending the Oklahoma State University, and becoming a traveling nurse. Our next cheerleader for tonight is Jersey Crowder. Jersey is being escorted by Toy and Emmanuel. Jersey has cheered since the age of 4 years old. She's also participated in ballet and soccer. Her future plans are to attend an HBCU and to travel. Ladies and gentlemen, Jersey Crowder. Next we have Miss Jasmine Denson. Jasmine is being escorted by Danielle Williams, Kevin Williams, Jalen Denson, Byron Hanson, and Corian Williams. She began competitive cheer in 2014 to 2015. She's a previous member of the Platinum Sophisticated Dance Team at KIPP Tulsa College Preparatory School and the head captain for the Ladies of Elegance and a member since 2017. Her future plans are to attend an HBCU and to continue dancing while working on a nursing degree. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Jasmine Denson. Next we have Miss Caitlin Hines. Caitlin is being escorted by her mom, Jennifer Reynolds. Caitlin has been cheering since the first grade, and she's been a member of the Booker T. Washington cheer team since her sophomore year. After high school, she plans to attend the University of Arkansas, studying psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, Caitlin Hines. Next we have Ianna Redmond. She's being escorted by Danielle Redmond Chase and Ian Chase. Sports history consists of being the girls' captain of the golf team, all 4 years where she played here at Booker T, and being a member of the cheer team for the last 3 years. Her plans are to go to college to pursue a doctorate in neuropsychology, and then after receiving her PhD, she wants to receive an undergraduate in sports medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, Ianna Redmond. Next we have Jada Ray. Jada is being escorted by her mother, Jill Ray. She's participated in track since the 9th grade, and she also participated in cheer 9th through 12th grade, with the first 3 years in Iowa. After high school, she plans to go to college and major in math. Ladies and gentlemen, Jayden Bell. Lastly, we have Jamie Slim. Jamie is being escorted by her dad, Jacob, her mom, Stacy, and her brother, Jesse. Jamie has cheered for the last 7 years and plans to attend a 4-year university and cheer in all-girl cheer. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Slim. Booker T. Washington Hornet fans and Muskogee Rubber fans, put your hands together and give well wishes and congratulatory praise to all of our seniors for this year. Thank you for your commitment to Booker T, and thank you for your sacrifice. We wish you the best.
I'm trying to sync this so I can hear the audio.
Very pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Once again, we'd like to welcome you tonight to S.C. Williams Stadium, the home of the Booker T. Washington Hornets. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to recognize the Booker T. Washington Air Force JROTC Oklahoma 942. Under the direction of retired Colonel Willie Braggs and retired Master Sergeant Kyle Gordonier. Rifle, Cadet Airman First Class Jackson Day. Rifle, Cadet Technical Sergeant Matthew Weber. State Flag, Cadet Airman First Class Carmen McNeil. U.S. Flag Cadet Lieutenant Shamika Anderson. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Mic check, mic check. Looking for a live mic.
Mic check 2, mic check 2.
Mic check, mic check. Looking for a live mic.
Mic 2 check, mic 2 check.
Mic check, mic check.
Mic check 2, mic check 2.
Stadium at Booker T. Washington High School. We welcome our fans tonight as well as our visitors tonight from Muskogee, Oklahoma. Welcome them to historical S.C. Williams Stadium. And tonight's big district encounter between our Booker T. Washington Hornets and the Muskogee Ruffers. Our weather conditions tonight, currently 62 degrees, feels like 61.
Good evening, Hornet fans here in Tulsa and around the world. It's Byron Perry, and I am back live at Top the Hive at S.E. Williams Stadium. Hornet fans, I'm here with my good friend, Kirk Jones. Kirk, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well, partner. How about you?
Man, I'm ready to do it. We got district play tonight.
District play, Booker T. Muskogee. That's some good games over the years.
Well, we kind of talked about it last week, man. I mean, you're talking about some fierce rivalries. I mean, I remember during my tenure here, the only time we played Muskogee was in the playoffs. And so you're talking about, you know, Glenn Bell, Tony Brooks, those type of epic battles that we had. Now we're in district play with Muskogee. So we play them every year, home and away, and I'm excited to see it tonight. I don't know a lot about the Ruffers, got a little bit of information, but it's district play, Kirk, so we can talk about that first and foremost.
Yeah, absolutely, district play, and, you know, you got 2 games left. You know, big showdown next week with Bixby, but you got another one tonight. One loss in Bixby, one loss in district at this time, so still a lot of seeding to be done here in these last 2 games of the year.
Well, the Hornets are sitting at 7-1 on the season. The only loss we had to Choctaw, gotten into district play and been undefeated currently in district play. I'll get the information about the Muskogee Ruffers a little bit more, but they are 2-6. They are 2-3 in district play. So by the records, Kirk, it looks as though Muskogee, you know, may not have the firepower that the Hornets do, but, you know, I know Muskogee and I know Tulsa. And one thing I know about that is that there's pride on the line. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and use the familiar phrase, throw out the records. and we're going to have to get after it tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a lot of pride and always have athletes, right? You know, we're finding out a little bit, very young athletes. You know, they're going to be starting a freshman quarterback, sophomore tailback. So, again, some talented guys that maybe just, you know, are still learning. But, again, you know, not a lot of teams are, you know, throwing out a freshman quarterback, you know, to play. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm excited to see what they got and kind of see too what the future is going to hold against the Ruffers each year. But, you know, again, there's been some great battles between the 2 teams. And again, yeah, you can throw the record books out because again They've got athletes, and it's a team. They got pride. They're not scared. They're not scared. Travis Hill, their head coach, is a gentleman. He was at East Central back when I was there. Had some very successful teams, some state champion teams there. So, he's no stranger to success, and, he'll likely get them going in the right direction.
Well, it's always a special night, Hornet fans, when we're here in S.E. Williams Stadium. But every season, it's an extra special night right after homecoming. And that special night is senior night. Tonight is senior night for the Hornets. And I'll go ahead and take a few minutes and go ahead and run down our senior Hornet football players. We've got number 2, Gentry Williams, senior. He is an Oklahoma University commit. We've got number 11, Jordan Drew, another senior. Jordan is actually making his college commitment tomorrow at 3 p.m. Number 13, Ryan Anderson, senior wide receiver. Number 21, Calvin Owen, a senior running back, backup running back, and linebacker. Number 24, Ethan Washington, a senior running back, has not scheduled his college commitment announcement just yet. Number 25, Jayden King, senior wide receiver and defensive back, is actually slated to make his college commitment on November the 1st. Number 28, Solomon Thompson, senior, a backup running back and linebacker. Number 33, Isaiah Doby, a 5'7" senior, offensive and defensive lineman. Number 44, Reagan Bradford, a senior, backup kicker. Number 45, senior, Jackson Marsh. Number 51, senior, Austin Ramsey. He has not made his college commitment just yet, doesn't have it scheduled. Those are the Hornet seniors for 2021. This has been, I would have to say without question, Kirk, a great class. And I'm not using a superlative here to say more than that they really are. Obviously, we know about Gentry Williams, but from top to bottom, there is some spectacular talent in this senior class.
Yeah, absolutely. They've had a lot of success over the years, and again, the college offers reflect that. But again, more than that, it's the win-loss record that they've had over the last 4 years. So some of them played as freshmen, but again, all of them have played key roles since at least the sophomore year.
So during the night, we will once again talk about the seniors. But while we've got a moment before kickoff, let me talk about our sponsors. Darcy Melendez, the Melendez family, Gorfam Marketing, classes of 1995, 2020, and 2022. Shauna Fain of Fox and Allen Realty. Ashley Dorsey of EZ Fitness, class of 2004. The Greenwood Chamber of Commerce. Additional sponsors, Adrian Bradley, class of 2004. Christopher Elmore of Smiley Elmore and Associates, class of 1995. Derek and Heather Alexander, classes of 2004 and 2011. Kirk Jones, I know that guy, Chase Bank Mortgage, class of 2004. Our final group of sponsors, Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, JEK Consultants, the class of 1994 letter winners. Westview Pharmacy, Tisdale 23 Catering, Tisdale Braxton, class of 2005. Kate Jones Bohannon of the Heckler Kipper team, class of 1994.
Hornet
and
fans.
Coleman Miller, Guaranteed Rate, class of 1994.
On your
These
feet,
are our sponsors that make
Hornet
Booker T.
fans.
Washington Hornet football possible. We thank each and every one of you because it is our honor and pleasure to serve as we bring Hornet Football 2021 to the Hornet Nation.
Ladies and
We've got
gentlemen,
less than a minute before the kickoff,
currently ranked
and
number
you hear
3.
it, Hornet fans. The chant is going as the Hornets come to the field. The Hornets are taking the field, and we're about ready to kick it off, Kirk. It's Booker T. Washington Hornets versus the Muskogee Roughers 2021. Kirk, I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Again, great athletes all over the field. Should be in for a good one tonight.
In Class 6A Division II in the
The
state
Hornets
of Oklahoma.
are the third-ranked football team in Class 6A Division II, coming in with the record that we said before of 7-1. looking to get a victory tonight over the Muskogee Ruffers, who haven't had the strongest season, but we anticipate Hornet fans to see some young athletic players who are coached well by Travis Hill. One thing to know about the old Travis Hill East Central teams, Kirk, is that they were always a disciplined bunch, and they always played hard. I expect that we're going to see more of the same tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're really good at getting their athletes in space, spread the ball. Back then, that's before, everybody spread the ball out. So, he was kind of ahead of things on that, taking advantage of his athletes on the outside as well as a solid running back, getting him, getting the field spread wide and having the running back find creases.
Are you ready for some football?
Well, Kirk, as the teams are now taking the field, the clock is set. The referees look like they're getting set. The Hornets are set to receive on the south end. The Ruffers will be kicking off. Their place kicker tonight, number 18, Skylar Onebear. He's a senior, 5'10", 170 pounds. He's got the go from the referee. Here's the kick. It's going to be short. Going to be taken in the middle of the field by the Hornets and received. There's a juke move, but get into the middle of the field and taken down at about the 31-yard line. Hornets are going to be scrimmaging for the first time tonight. That was number 25, Jayden King, who is a senior on the return, gets a few yards. Lathan Boone, the junior quarterback, is going to be scrimmaging from the 31-yard line going to the north. The Hornets tonight, as you can see, in their black tops with white bottoms.
Yeah, look good. Good alert play by Jayden King to catch the short kick. I think the ref was trying to see if maybe they could get a loose ball there. But they got the offense set, so we'll see if we can score before the opening montage is over.
Ethan Washington in motion to the 3-wide side. Here's a swing pass to him. He's got some blocking, trying to get the edge. Ethan Washington is finally corralled down and taken down by number 5. That's Keandre Johns, a senior. Good-looking play right there, Kirk, to start things. Ethan Washington did a good job of basically running hard to the boundary, and if he can get there, then he turns it upfield. But Keandre Johns had a good angle.
Yeah, did a great job, and the receivers on that side did a good job taking care of their man, so you make sure you beat that first wave, and then with Ethan's speed, he's got the easy first down.
After that pass and catch from Boone to Washington, the Hornets have a first down. Here's a snap, counter play to Washington, but he's hit immediately, and he's going to be stopped for a loss. The first play, the pass play, the swing pass was good for a first down, but this second play from scrimmage is going to result in about a 4-yard loss. Number 58 for the Ruffers is Tion Brewer, a sophomore, 6'3", 280 pounds, got right into the backfield.
He did. Good-looking athlete, good size for a sophomore.
4 wide receivers for Lathan Boone, Ethan Washington in the pistol formation. Boone gets the snap, looks to his left, quick out pass is caught. After slipping the first 2 tackles, the pass complete to number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. A very nice play after the loss on this first play of this second set of downs. Deion McKinney Jr. is going to be able to get close to a first down, bringing up 3rd down and 1. Yeah, beautiful looking play.
Yeah, beautiful play. Good job by Deion to make the first guy miss. Real close here, so we got a 3rd and short. Definitely more manageable when you're starting off, when you're going from 2nd and 14 to 3rd and short. Great job there.
Obviously on 3rd and 1, the playbook is open. Here's an option play. Boone is going to pitch it back to Deion McKinney Jr. He's going to be able to get the first down and fumble the ball. Can't fumble it forward. Looks like the ball is going to be spotted into the Ruffer territory at about the 35-yard line. Option 2nd week in a row from Lathan Boone, Kirk.
Yeah, again, looked good. It was a great read. Like I said, a little trouble handling that, but still got the first down. Move the change. Fresh set of downs here for the Hornets.
2nd first down and 10 for the Hornets. 4 wide receivers, 2 to the wide side, 2 to the near side. Ryan Anderson in the split position here to the near side. Lathan Boone takes the snap, zone read, throws it out to the right to Deion McKinney Jr., who runs to the outside but cuts it back. He's going to be able to get a good chunk of positive yardage, good enough for another first down and 10. And Kirk gets a philosophy of spread them out, get it out quick, make the completion, get a first down.
Absolutely, and they're giving a lot of cushion as well. I mean, our guys are getting 3, 4, 5 yards before they're even meeting their first defender.
Well, if you're going to give cushion like that, it doesn't make sense to try to throw into any type of zones or windows and things of that nature. Just take what you can get. Here's Lathan Boone with another quick pass out to the short side of the field. Going to be caught over there by Micah Tees, but he's taken down immediately. That pass and catch combination is going to be good enough for -1 yard.
Yeah, it looks like that pass got away from just a little bit. Tease did a great job to bring it in, but yeah, unfortunately, in that case, ruffers were quicker to come up and make the play.
Lathan Boone with 2nd and 11. 3 wide receivers here to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. Little check with me action. Boone checks the sideline. Ethan Washington in the backfield. Here's the zone read, but he swings it out to the near side. Got a block. He's still on his feet. Finally knocked out of bounds. That's number 25, senior Jayden King. And Kirk, these plays are set up so well. Wide receivers are getting a great block once they release from the line of scrimmage, and it's pitch and catch.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. Yeah, it looks like on this one they may be getting George Drew for a hold. Yep. They're going to bring that one back. What's interesting is I didn't really see it on that one. I thought on the play before we probably could have got called for one, so I don't know if it's a makeup call or not, but it's going to set them back. Now, it is a little bit downfield, so we're not going to lose the entire gain. Let's see. Probably takes us back to maybe a 2nd 15 or so.
So the ball's going to be spotted at the
pardon me. Yeah, just about 2nd and 11. So.
Yeah, it was 1st and 11. Now it's 2nd and 11. 9 minutes, 7 seconds left here early in the first quarter for the Hornets. Boone takes a snap, zone read. He's going to be able to give it. Good hard run into the middle of the line. He stood up, pushed back. Ethan Washington not able to get going just yet. That Muskogee rougher interior defense is pretty good, Kurt.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. They're holding their own, and again, it's having a lot of success on the outside, nothing up the middle just yet. But hey, we'll continue to work the outside. But you got to have both, even if it's not working. You got to still utilize it because ultimately they're going to come up on the receivers on the outside, so something should open up in the middle.
It looks like it might be a chess match tonight for the running game. Boone's got 3 wide receivers to the wide side. He's got one wide receiver that pulls up. Now he rolls out, got a man right there making the catch. That's number 25, Jayden King. Very simple pitch and catch once again, Kirk. He looked to be right at the sticks.
It's going to be very close.
Don't know if it's going to be good enough for a first down.
Yeah, I think we're going to
be not going to be good enough. It's going to be 4th down and 2 for the Hornets from the rougher 23-yard line. Interesting call here, Kirk, as to whether or not the Hornets will try to run it or throw it. We've got 2 wide receivers here to the near side, which is the wide side. Ethan Washington in the pistol formation. Boone gets the snap. Zone read, going to keep it himself. Gets it to the middle of the line of scrimmage.
Good job driving his legs. Looks like he's going to have enough for the first down.
We were just talking about how tough that rougher defensive front is, but on that, looked like it was a dedicated quarterback run. I mean, Boone got right up in there, and he had a good push.
Yeah, he did a great job. Obviously, you do have the play action. They are going to move the sticks. Excellent. So you do have play action there to at least make them think for a minute. Boone keeps it. Does a great job. Drive his legs. I don't think he had it on initial contact, but he keeps his legs going. Is able to get it probably about half a yard or yard.
You bring up a good point about the mechanics of Lathan Boone to fake the pass and then be able to get it. 3 wide receivers here to the new side, but here's the zone read to Ethan Washington going to the right side this time, and we've got positive yards. Looks like the Hornet front finally figured out that there's a football game going on, and they got a block up front.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, great. Great runs on the last 2 times. Yeah, again, both between the tackles. So it's good to see. So you mix that up with your outside passing game, and then you got the whole playbook available.
7 minutes, 33 seconds. First drive for the Hornets. They've been matriculating down the field after they received the opening kick. Lathan Boone, 4 wide receivers, including Gentry Williams in the slot here to the near side. Boone takes it. Another quick throw out to the right-hand side. Going to be caught by number 11, Jordan Drew. However, he's immediately wrapped up and brought down. I think with forward progress, he's going to basically be right at the line of scrimmage. No, actually, it's going to be a loss on the play, Kirk.
Yeah, Muskogee did a good job on that one. They brought more defenders than our slot receiver could block. So good job there. Now you're at 3rd and 8. You can get a first down without having to get a touchdown. So we'll see what they do here. Not a lot of room, but first down looks to be at about the 3-yard line.
The Hornets 3rd down and 8. Let's see if they can convert. Boone takes the snap, looks to his right. Here's the fade route. He's got a man. The ball's up. The pass is complete to number 4, Mcgee. Touchdown, Hornets. The Hornets are on the board. Kirk, once again, the Hornets take the opening kickoff, and they get points.
Absolutely. We see it so often. And you come out, you set the tone. You saw that at 4th and 3, right? You got a good field goal kicker. It's obviously a makeable kick, but they want to get the 7 to start the game. So They go for it on 4th and 3. And now we're going to run swinging gate as well.
Swinging gate, direct snap to number 8, the backup quarterback Isaac Fain. But the Roughers were doing their film study. We always open the game with the split PAT after, and then we shift to the standard point after touchdown formation. The last couple of weeks, we've run the swinging gate and been unsuccessful. So after that PAT attempt is unsuccessful, the Hornets take a 6-0 lead with 6 minutes and 41 seconds. And Kirk, do you think this is a trademark that Coach Jonathan Brown is trying to instill?
I don't know. Again, they like to come out swinging, and obviously they're doing that. Don't think we read that one quite right. I think we're definitely outnumbered up front there. That said, I hate to be the return man with Isaac Fain coming down the field upset about not getting in the end zone there.
We will definitely talk about Isaac Fain, Kirk, but for Hornet fans, it's been interesting that the Hornets have come out in the swinging gate. It's such an old, iconic setup and play. It's interesting, especially for me to see it. I understand that we haven't been successful, but it's one of those things, Kirk, where if you put something like that on film, you have so many variations of what you want to do, and especially keeping the other team on their toes. So we've got Jackson Marsh set to kick off. Marsh approaches the ball. Here's another deep, towering kick. Going to be received at about the 13-yard line for the Roughers. After a good little return to about the 15, he's going to be taken down. The return man for the Roughers was number 23, Kennedy Mcgee, a senior, 5'10", 160-pound wide receiver. Decent run back. Looked like he had some pretty good speed, Kurt.
Yeah, he did. He had a great job by the Hornets to get down and cover again. So, fielded about the 15, 16-yard line. You keep him at the 25. So, again, goal on kickoff coverage ultimately is keep him inside the 30, preferably keep him inside the 25.
So, Hornet fans, the Muskogee Roughers break the huddle with number 7, Jamarian Ficklin, a true freshman quarterback. We've talked about quarterbacks the last couple of weeks, but here Kirk is another freshman. Ficklin takes the snap, zone read into the middle of the Hornet defense, and after a tough little run by number 21, that's Brandon Tolbert, a junior, 5'11", 5'8", 205 pounds. Kirk, everything I've heard from the Rougher Nation is that Ficklin is going to be a good one, but for the second week in a row, we're talking about a young quarterback that we want to arrest their development.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, third broadcast for us because we had the same thing with Bartlesville as well. So, yeah, again, not the team you want to be learning against. And Booker T, obviously, they've done a good job this year making life tough on opposing quarterbacks.
Here's a zone read from the inverted wishbone. Ball is fumbled, going to be recovered by number 13, Ryan Anderson. The running back for the Roughers was upended, and he hit the ground. The ball squirted out. Ryan Anderson covers it. Senior Ryan Anderson on senior night has got the ball recovered for the Hornets in Muskogee Rougher territory. Second play from scrimmage, and the Roughers turn it over. Kirk, you couldn't ask for a better start.
No, absolutely not. And really, that was a very good run. That was a good gain. First down, and obviously didn't hold on to the ball, and Hornets got it again in Rougher territory to start.
Lathan Boone, second series for the Hornets, swings it out to the left to Jordan Drew, who receives it, makes an outcut, gets positive yards, but finally run out of bounds. As I said before, Jordan Drew will be making his collegiate commitment tomorrow at 3 p.m. Hornet fans, if I get the information, I will be passing along details of where that will be broadcast.
Again, such a special moment, for a young man. Obviously, Gentry got to make his announcement last week. Jordan's turn tomorrow, and again, just such a special day for a young man and his family.
4 wide receivers for the Hornets. Ethan Washington in the pistol to the right of junior quarterback Lathan Boone, who takes a snap, looks left, fakes it. Now he's going to throw back to the right. Could be a lateral. No, the whistle has blown. Nice looking play for the quick flare pass here to the left, and then Lathan Boone swings it out to the right, but he didn't set his feet, Kirk. He had number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. open, and we know Deion McKinney can do some things when he gets it. That's one of those situations where Boone was a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, really good play call. Was under pressure. I think that contributed a little bit to that, and again, short pass comes up a little short. Otherwise, it might have been a house for the Hornets.
3 wide receivers, including a man in the tight position. Here's a zone read to Ethan Washington in the middle of the defense. Going to get positive yards. Looks like he's going to have enough for a first down. It was 3rd down and 4. Looks like Washington is able to run for 5. I see the chain gang now moving. 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in the first quarter. The Hornets have another first down, and they're matriculating to the north, trying to put more points up on the board. 4 wide receiver set. Boone with the check with me. Ethan Washington in the pistol position now to the left of Boone.
Confidence in the offense to go 3rd and 4 and run right up the middle.
Boone takes the snap, swings it out to number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. He's got positive yards. A good block over there from number 4, Micah Tees. And once again, Kirk, these Rufford defenders are backed off and giving us basically the quick flare pass, and we're taking it.
Right, and I don't know if they're afraid to come up, knowing that we go over the top, just like we did on the touchdown there, but they're going to have to figure something out, because if they continue to give that, if you give us 5 yards of cushion, it's going to end up in a 7-8 yard gain.
That pitch and catch good enough for a Hornet first down. This time to the wide side of the field. The Hornets have 3 wide receivers in the pistol formation. Ethan Washington starts at the left, moves over to the right. Boone gets the snap. He's looking to pass. Once again, he's got a man in single coverage, and the pass is up, and it's good enough for a Hornet touchdown. That's number 4, Micah Tees. Kirk, he made it look easy.
Absolutely, and I think you saw there what we were just talking about. They press up on Micah Tees here on the short side. Far side of the field, again, they're still 3, 4, 5 yards off, but they do come up on Micah Tees, and then we see what happens. So again, I think for the Rufford defense, a little bit of pick your poison. There's a lot of weapons, and if you back off, they'll take what you give them. But if you come up, we're going to take it over the top.
I'll go ahead and say it while the band is playing Hornet Victory. He looked like a man amongst boys. The kick is up and good from Jackson Morris, the senior. 4 minutes, 55 seconds left in the first quarter. And I will say it again, Micah Tees is a beast.
Yeah, absolutely. Textbook, great job there. Going up, catching it at the high point, making a play. And again, you're coming out and you got Micah Tees on one side, Jordan Drew on the other. Jaden King in the slot.
Gentry Williams ready to come in.
The slot. Yeah, ready to come in. Does the first drive, goes ahead and takes a break on the second one. Ryan Anderson in the slot. Deion McKinney in the slot. Ethan Washington in the backfield. Oh, by the way, Deion McKinney can come in the backfield as well. Latham Boone, who can take off at any point as well. I mean, it really is a pick your poison. There's so many weapons here for the Hornets, and they're really doing a good job spreading it out. So, again, you really can't focus on one guy.
And let's be honest, Kirk, that wasn't a very good pass from Latham Boone. The first one that he threw to Tees for the touchdown had plenty of air up under it. Tees was able to run a beautiful route, get the separation he needed, and run up under it for the touchdown. But on that one, that's not a back shoulder. That was just a frozen rope that was basically a bad pass. And Tees was just basically like, I'm more man than you are.
Yeah, no, it makes me think back. I remember a time OSU, Zach Robinson throws up just an awful pass, but it was Des Bryant on the other end, so it didn't really matter. So, yeah, you can get away with some when you got receivers like that.
Absolutely. Micah Tees, that's the junior, 6'1", 180-pound wide receiver and defensive back. And true to form, the Hornets have come out tonight with superior talent and being able to put points on the board after the first turnover by the Ruffers. Jackson Morris stepping it off right now. We've got exactly 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 13. The Muskogee Ruffers are blanked.
Speaking of Micah Tees, another gentleman that's going to get his announcement day one day.
Here's a high kick that's caught at the 15-yard line by the Ruffers, number 23. He gets it to the middle of the field, and he makes it into the
Let the kicker make a tackle. All right.
Yeah, he looks like he had a little bit of daylight there, but number 45, Jackson Morris, comes up and makes a touchdown-saving tackle. It very well may be a penalty flag on a play for a face mask, but, Kirk, you got to get done what you need to get done.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? They call that was actually against the Ruffers, so they're even going to move back.
Wow.
Hey, give my kicker the credit, man. Hey, just because the kicker made a tackle doesn't mean he did it wrong.
Well, I know the hands went up high, and I thought he might have got a little face mask.
It was a high tackle, yeah, for sure. He definitely, really wrangled him down. But, yeah, I think the coverage team fell asleep a little bit there. Obviously not as deep a kick as we've had on some of those as well, but again,
number 23,
again, falling a little bit asleep on coverage.
Number 23, Kennedy Mcgee, a senior wide receiver, 5'10", 160 pounds, was the return man on that particular kick. The Ruffers got a counter play with the give inside to number 21. He gets a few yards, and then a multiple swarm of Hornets right there to take him down for a short gain. Looks like with forward progress, he's going to get 5 yards. Number 21, Brandon Tolbert, the ball carrier. He's a junior, 5'8", 205 pounds. Number 7, the freshman, Jamarian Ficklin, a quarterback in the huddle, about to break it for the Ruffers. The ball currently spotted at the Ruffer 36-yard line. They break the huddle with 4 wide receivers to the far side, no wide receivers here to the near side. Ficklin gets the snap. It's a counter zone read. 21 has it. He gets basically to the line of scrimmage, and then he's taken down immediately by the Hornets. Coming up, making that tackle is number 30, Aiden Walker, from his linebacker position, along with number 1, Demetrius Prudhomme. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Ruffers from their 37-yard line. Ruffers taking their time in the huddle.
Interesting. Hornets going with a little bit of a smaller front. You got Ryan Anderson on one end, and Prudhomme, obviously, who's been playing, is traditionally a little smaller than your traditional defensive end.
Ficklin's first throw, I didn't know he was a lefty, Kirk. He airmails that one high to the wide receiver on the far side, and that is interesting that Ryan Anderson is playing defensive end tonight. And one thing I see about that, Kirk, Ryan Anderson is 6'3". You know, I know he's not the biggest guy from the standpoint of height and weight, but when you're 6'3" and rushing the passer, you've got something to think about as a quarterback.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Traditionally, he's playing there over in Jay Notes' slot, so may not see Jay Notes tonight. Hopefully, we'll have him back next week.
The Ruffers are going to punt. Number 6, Deion McKinney, has it. He's received it, looking for the wall to the near side of the field, but he's going to cut it back, doesn't get enough blocking, and he's going to be taken down at the Hornet 45-yard line. Kirk, I was getting excited. And, you know, I saw some things once he received that. I thought he was going to be able to get the wall, but the Ruffers were good about running their assignments in their lanes. And they've got some good team speed to go cover a
Yeah,
kid.
absolutely. Got some good speed, but you know what? Deion does what he's supposed to. Make that first guy miss, right? And then he still gets you a solid gain.
So the Hornets are going to scrimmage for the 3rd time tonight, 1st and 10 from their 45-yard line. Lathan Boone's going to have an empty backfield. 3 wide receivers to the far side, wide side. Now Ethan Washington comes into the backfield. Quick pass to number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. He's going to make one man miss. He gets to the boundary. He's at the 15. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Hornets. Deion McKinney Jr. to the house.
No flags on the field, and that's just being an athlete right there.
Hornet fans, it's been getting set up all night long with the short passes. Stevie Wonder could have seen that sooner or later, if the Ruffers don't come up and take the right angles, whatever receiver it is going to make the first man miss, get to the boundary, and walk that dog.
Yeah, great play by Deion there. Again, just a quick little pass. Lathan gets it out quick, and Deion does the rest. A couple blocks downfield, but again, you don't take the right angle, you can forget about it.
Jackson Morris, the hold is down. The kick is up, and it's good. 3 minutes, 13 seconds left in the first quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets take a 20-0 lead over the Muskogee Ruffers. And Kirk, you know, it's one of those things, you know, the first series we saw so many of those, you know, flare, sometimes people call them, eagle passes. We sat here saying that we were taking what the defense is giving us, and we know it's coming. If you take a bad angle or the wide receiver gets the pass caught quickly, meaning that if Lathan Boone puts a little heat on it before and if he puts some heat on it and gets it out quick so the wide receiver can catch it quick and assess where the defense is coming from, if you make that first guy miss, it can get interesting, and just then it did.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you're going to need as you get into the playoffs. You get into next week against Bixby. You got to have guys make plays, right? You're going to need guys blocking downfield. You're going to need to make that first guy miss and take advantage of your speed because, like I say, the competition is going to step up. It's only going to get tougher from here.
I like the Hornet defense tonight, Kirk, from the simple fact that we've been very good about assignment football. We've said all season long that we're not big up front. Even tonight with Ryan Anderson playing defensive end, we're using our athletes to get looks that we want. Here's a high kick by Jackson Marsh, once again taken at the 15-yard line. Number 23 for the Ruffers. Once again, Kennedy Mcgee receives it and gets decent yardage. Going to be able to get the ball to the 30 of the Ruffers where they're going to scrimmage. You know, I was saying it before, you know, Kirk, you know, we're using kids in positions that you may not think that they're suited for, but we're using our talent.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, how about Ryan Chambers stepping up? We really haven't seen him at D end all year. Jay Notes is out. He steps up to the call. Good tackle there by Michaela Chambers on the kickoff as well. Good, much better coverage there that time by the Hornets.
Once again, number 7, Jamarian Ficklin, the true freshman lefty for the Ruffers, is going to take the snap, counter with the fake reverse, inside run by the Ruffers. This is going to be for a good amount of yardage. Number 21, Brandon Tolbert, that was a good play design, Kirk. Going to be enough for a first down for the Ruffers. Hornet defense got a little bit fooled with all the eyewash before the ball was snapped, but that's a basic hat on a hat, man up front, you know, getting downhill to give the running back a lane to run through, and they did that.
Yeah, they run that a couple times here tonight. One led to the fumble. The other one there, another good game.
Ficklin on the first down, almost to midfield. 2 wide receivers to the far side. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Here's a zone read to Tolbert up the middle. He's hit immediately. Going to be able to get some positive yardage, but not as much as he did on the last carry. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. Counting down for the Hornets here in the first quarter.
Yep. Number 9, Daley Mays checking into the game again. We saw him last week make some plays, so he's getting some time here again. So again, starting to see a few more bodies out there, you know, a few more players try to mix it up a little bit.
Ball at the Ruffer 45-yard line. This time they've got 4 wide receivers in the pistol formation. Ficklin takes a snap, bad snap. He's going to swing it out to the left from his left hand throwing position. This time he's going to be able to get some positive yardage and close to a first down. Number 28, Solomon Thompson, is able to finally take the Ruffer wide receiver down, and he threw that kind of from the sidearm position, Kirk. You know, Hornet fans may remember this, but he looked a lot in his motion like the old Oakland Raider Kenny the Snake Stabler.
Yeah, good catch and run there by the Ruffers as well. Drags the tackler, gets another first down. So Hornet defense needs to stiffen up.
Ficklin has it. He's looking to his left, going to throw the fade route. The ball is down there. Good coverage by the Hornets. And here comes a late flag. The pass is incomplete. It was first down. The pass intended for number 3, Jayden Bell, a junior, 5'8", 155-pound wide receiver. We're going to see what the officials say on this one. It looked like it was step-for-step coverage over there.
Yeah, it looked like he was facing the ball. Looked like maybe just used a little more body than the referees wanted to see. But, you know, personally, it looked like good coverage there.
Well, it's going to be pass interference by the Hornets, so the chain gang is going to move. The ball's going to move further into Hornet territory. The pass was incomplete, but still the Ruffers get positive yardage out of it. So the ball now going to be spotted at the Hornet 32-yard line. We've got 1 minute, 36 seconds left in the first quarter. Ruffers are finally on the move, trailing 20-0 to the 6A2 third-ranked Booker T. Washington Hornets. We're at home at historic S.E. Williams Stadium. Ruffers break the huddle with 2 wide receivers in the ninja formation to the far side, but we're going to have an illegal motion penalty on the Ruffers. Got a little eager there. Nope, actually it's going to be timeout Ruffers. And while we're taking that timeout, it's good for me to say, hey, Hornet fans, as the 12th man, we know you leave it all out on the field for every game. And there's no better place to refuel after the game than Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Head over to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, open late till 2 a.m. One love. Kurt, senior night is always special for the seniors because it's their crowning achievement of their 4-year career here at Booker T. Got several guys tonight that have been players that have been difference makers here for the last 4 years. Definitely going to miss them. Do you think that the moment in some situations overtakes their focus for the game?
Yeah, I think that's definitely possible. Again, senior night's one of those special nights. Homecoming's one of those special nights. And, yeah, sometimes we're talking about 18-year-old kids, right? So Yeah, it can be hard to maintain focus, particularly you jump out to a big lead like we have here. It can be easy to kind of lose your focus and start thinking about the things around you. So, yeah, definitely got to kind of regroup here and see. Hornets have done a good job, in their red zone this year, inside their own 10 this year. So we'll see if they can come up with another stop.
Ficklin with the empty backfield. Fakes here to the left, throws back to the right. He's got a screen. Pass is complete, has to run through his own man. Going to be taken down once again by number 28 for the Hornets. That's Solomon Thompson, the senior, 6'1", 210-pound linebacker coming up to his position. Nice play design for the Travis Hill coach Muskogee Ruffers. Good little fake to the left side, to the near side, where Ficklin hasn't attempted a pass just yet. He's been throwing everything to his native left-hand side. Those are one of the things that I pick up on, Kirk, especially with a young quarterback. You want to get him the throws that he's most comfortable with.
Yeah, absolutely. And so if you're the Hornets, you want to figure out how do we take that away.
Man in motion, counter play, give up the middle once again to number 21, Brandon Tolbert. And the Hornet defense is going to have to understand exactly what to do because the Ruffers have been just basically running it up the gut, Kurt.
Yeah, absolutely. That counter's been really successful for them, and seems about a 10-yard gain every time they run it. So, yeah, the Hornets are going to have to figure that out. Again, going small, you got 22 Keanu White playing defensive tackle, playing nose guard here. Typically plays linebacker, so again, new position for him. So 2/3 of your defensive line's playing a position they're not typically playing in.
The Hornets are giving up a lot of size in the defensive front. Here's a good run by number 21 to the left edge. He gets to the sideline, and the Ruffers are able to score. That's number 21, Brandon Tolbert, getting to the end zone with 27 seconds left in the first quarter. The Muskogee Ruffers are on the board. Good run from Tolbert, a 21-yard touchdown run. Took out one Hornet over on the left-hand side, Hornet fans. And as I said, when you're giving up so much size on the defensive front especially, and you've got a running back like Tolbert who's, 5'8", 210 pounds with some pretty good speed when he got over there, you got to be worried about the power. We've got a line drive kick, hit like an 8-iron off the near side of the green, but it is successful. Once again, 27 seconds left in the quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 20, the Muskogee Ruffers 7. Well, Kirk, it's maybe too early to say it, but that was a nice run by the Ruffers that time.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great drive for them. Found some things that worked for them, stuck with it, right? So, and then, capped off with a great run there by Tolbert. Like I said, trucking a man on his way to the end zone. So, again, similar to last week, jumped out big, maybe lost focus a little bit. We'll see how the offense comes out. Again, get up 20-0, but first quarter's not even over. So, a lot of game to be played, and credit the Ruffers for sticking with their game plan. You don't need to start changing what you do. There's a lot of game left, so again, they are finding some success here. So, again, credit the Ruffers for coming up with something that'll work there, and we'll see how the Hornets respond.
It's almost one of those situations, Kirk, where, I understand exactly what Coach Jonathan Brown is thinking on the defense by getting some, speed in there on the defensive front. But it could be one of those things where Muskogee is saying, well, they're light. Let's go try to basically put it down their throat. Now, after making that observation, it almost becomes incumbent that the Hornets on offense score every time they touch the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see how the Hornets adjust. Do we maybe change things up, add a little more size on the defensive front? Because, yeah, you got a speed front there, but we're not really seeing much in the passing game from the Ruffers. They're, running right at it. So, again, it's kind of you base what you do off what the defense gives you, right? So, if they're going to go light, speed front, then, take it right at them. If they beef up, then you might do something a little bit different. We got an onside kick.
Here's a squib kick into the middle of the field. Going to be immediately recovered there by number 14 with a smart play of just basically recovering it. That's Brandon Barkey. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 155-pound backup wide receiver and defensive back. And that's one of those things, Kirk, that when you squib kick it like that, you're looking to catch the receiving team sleeping.
Yeah, and credit Brandon Barkey. Great play by a sophomore there to be alert and, jump on that one. So, whether or not that's something they were, alert for off of tape or not, he did a good job. And, again, Muskogee, trying for the surprise, but no surprise there. Barkey jumps on it, and the Hornets got great field position.
Looks like the Hornets are going to be aggressive. Empty backfield, but here's a swing pass to Ethan Washington, who is in motion. Looks to split some defenders, but he lowers the shoulder. Going to be able to take that swing pass from Lathan Boone and get enough yardage for a first down. And once again, Kirk, the Hornets are on the move.
Absolutely, and receiver's doing a great job again. He doesn't meet a defender until he's already got the first down.
Absolutely. 14 yards on the reception for Washington. Once again, the Hornets are going to check with me as far as getting the play. We get 3 wide receivers to the wide side, 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Ethan Washington in the slot. Going to see if Lathan Boone puts him in motion.
Got Demetrius Prudhomme playing wide receiver. I don't think we've seen him on offense just yet, but again, just another weapon that the Hornets has. So give one of your other guys a break and just bring in another guy that can get the job done.
So Lathan Boone is going to let the play clock wind down, but before the play clock winds down to 0, the game clock goes to 0. That's the end of the first quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 20. The visiting Muskogee Ruffers 7. Kirk, we've got 1 quarter in the books, 2 touchdown lead, minus a missed extra point. I like the way the Hornets have come out, especially on offense, of being crisp. We're seeing some things that a week ago we talked about Lathan Boone and his running and option and things of this nature. This time Boone is using it with the short pass.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of the extension of the run game. You know, you're getting the ball to Ethan Washington in space. Obviously, your receivers in space. I've liked what they've done. And credit Boone, you know, those swing passes are not easy. They're not easy to throw. So credit him for, you know, being on point with those. Again, he's had, you know, the ball up to Mike Teese, not one of his better throws, and then 1 screen pass again. I think coincidentally Mike Teese as well got away from him a little bit. Other than that, Lathan's been really sharp here in the first quarter.
I like the way Lathan Boone is commanding the Hornet offense week to week. We've always talked about the development of the young player, especially in his progression from the sophomore year of how he got better every week. Once again, the Hornets have now switched the way they're going. They're heading south toward the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse. 4 wide receivers. Here's a zone read to Ethan Washington, who cuts inside, looks to get outside, but he's going to be brought down after positive yards. Taking down positive yards on the play. We've seen Ethan Washington catching the ball. Now we're seeing Ethan Washington on a little running the ball, looking to get the quick jump cut and take it to the house. We've seen Ethan Washington get into the middle of the defense and be physical, Kirk, and move the pile. So we've got 2nd down for the Hornets.
Yeah, great job there. And you talk about Lathan and his development. It's exciting to think we got a whole nother year of this kid.
Boone in the pistol formation. Washington to the right. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Boone's going to put it into the middle of the field. Here's a pass that's basically thrown, attempted to number 1 to Demetrius Prudhomme. Prudhomme made a halfway effort for it, got a hand on it and tipped it, and the passes ended up being intercepted by the Ruffers. Could have a little bit of shift of momentum. One of those plays right there, Kirk, where I thought that if Prudhomme just kind of kept running, he might have been able to make a better attempt at the ball being, you know, on target to him.
Yeah, it's tough one. Throw a little bit high. Maybe I jinxed Lathan there, but yeah, a little bit on both sides. A little bit high on the throw. And again, probably should have, you know, ran a little bit further before going up for the catch.
So 1 turnover by the Ruffers, now 1 turnover by the Hornets. Once again, the counter play to number 21. He breaks it to the secondary and is finally going to be taken down at almost midfield, but the ball is fumbled. The Hornets have it. Number 10 has got the recovery. He's looking for a wall here to the near side, still on his feet. Finally going to be taken down. 2nd fumble by the Ruffers, picked up after the tackle by Gentry Williams. Number 10, Isaac Covington, recovers the fumble and takes it back into Ruffer territory. Kirk, great run by the Ruffers, but Gentry Williams made what you see week to week in the NFL, a strip tackle. The Hornets recover, and when the Ruffers think they have something going, it's a calamity.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got what I like about that play. It's a little bit of the now versus the future. That's the now, and Gentry Williams stripping that ball out, making the touchdown-saving tackle at the time, to the future, and Isaac Covington taking that ball and heading the other way.
So Lathan Boone gets the ball back, the chance to redeem himself in Ruffer territory to get a score. Boone throws it out quick to Gentry Williams. He makes a first man miss, tries to split a couple of guys, tries to use his speed, going to be taken down, but with that pitch and catch, it's going to be good enough for a first down. That's the first time we've seen Gentry Williams make an impact on the offense, Kirk. It's good to see him back on the offensive side
Yeah,
of the ball.
absolutely. I think maybe a little bit rewarding him for making the play on defense. I think there might have been a flag on the far side. It was a little tough to tell. I think Night Train called it out, and Yep, I think we got some laundry there on the far side of the field there.
So we've got an official's timeout, but there appears to be a flag on the play that's going to go against the Hornets holding. That was a 1st down and 10 play from the 28-yard line of the Ruffers. We've got 10 minutes, 41 seconds left before the halftime. Hornets have taken over the football after a turnover, a fumble recovery by number 10, Isaac Covington. Hornets been a little bit sloppy with the last couple of drives, Kirk, and hopefully we don't have a second quarter malaise that we had last week.
Yeah, absolutely. And excuse me, we credited the receivers. They're turning some of these screen passes into bigger gains, but it is very difficult to block on the edge like that without holding. I mean, it is tough, but we're gonna have to figure out how to keep the hands inside and try to limit those, because again, they can be drive killers again. But again, kind of like we had before, it's downfield. So again, you're not starting. It's not 1st and 20. We got about 1st and 15 here again, because that's halfway down the field when he makes the penalty. So we'll see if we can come back from this one, just like we did when we had the last one.
Jordan Drew, Jaden King, Ryan Anderson, Ethan Washington, and Jordan Drew are the specialists right now. Here's an inside handoff to DJ McKinney, who makes the first man miss on the inside of the Ruffer defense and gets to the outside with a wonderful positive yardage play, Kirk. Everything that they just lost on the penalty, they were able to get back. Gonna make it second down and 15. First down and 15. Now it becomes 2nd down and 8. So this is a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by DJ to get a lot of the yardage back there.
Lathan Boone trying to pull the Ruffers offside. Check with me. He's in the pistol formation with number 6, DJ McKinney, who moves over to the right of Boone. Here's an inside give. Boone keeps it. He's going to run to the outside, basically slips a man, gets to the outside, and finally taken out of bounds. Beautiful run by Lathan Boone, Kirk. And that time, I saw how he's trying to use his feet to set up the tacklers. Had a man who had a bead on him coming from the secondary, gave him the dead leg and slipped in through him to get positive yardage, and he drags 2 people out of bounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Looked like he was kind of set to go ahead and cut it up and just get another yard or two, but he's, like he said, setting his man up to kick it back outside and get the first down.
Lathan Boone swings it out to number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. A great block from Jordan Drew. Touchdown, Hornets. Once again, they run the swing pass, and everything you've been talking about, Kirk, it's the type of block that you make from that split wide position. Yep. And that time, Jordan Drew basically pancaked his man from the wide receiver position.
Absolutely. And the nice thing, once DJ was past him, hands off and done with it.
Exactly. Jackson Marsh comes in to attempt the extra point. 9 minutes, 41 seconds before half. The snap is back. It's down, but this one is going to be blocked. Going to be no good. The Booker T. Washington Hornets now take a 26-7 lead with 9 minutes and 41 seconds left in the second quarter. Kirk, we've seen a lot of youth from the Ruffers, but as we said, the youthfulness of this team is not so much the hindrance, it's just the athletes that Booker T has.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, young athletes, old athletes, the veteran athletes are going to win out on that. Just too many on the Booker T side. Again, Muskogee's got some, but not to the level nor to the maturity of our guys. So, again, as long as we play within ourselves, we should be good, and we see it on the scoreboard. But, again, you talk about the second quarter malaise last week, a little bit of a lapse here, a couple drives ago. Again, Gentry strips that ball loose on the last drive, or otherwise you might be in for another long drive for the Ruffers. So, again, Hornets hopefully, can right the ship here on this side. This would be a good one for the defense to come in here and get a 3 and out and kind of, set the tone again for the rest of this quarter.
Hey, Hornet fans, just because it's a home game doesn't mean you need to go home when it's over. Raising Cane's on Yale is open late after the game to feed your victory celebration hunger. Raising Cane chicken fingers, one love. Jackson Marsh stepping it off for the kickoff after the Hornets take a 26-7 lead. Looks like Marsh is just about ready. He's gotten the go-ahead from the white hat. Marsh approaches it. Here's the kick. It's going to be high. This was going to be deep. Going to be taken in the field of play by number 3 at the 2-yard line, running to his right, the far side, looking for a block, basically gets an opening, tries to cut it back, going to be taken down by number 16, Mekhi Chambers, the junior, 6'1", 165-pound backup wide receiver and defensive back. And that's the second run back we've seen tonight, Kirk, that the Ruffers basically got him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Marsh, gets it from, slows him down. Mekhi makes another good tackle, just like he did on the previous return. So, again, good job there by the two of them. But, again, we need to be making that tackle a lot closer. And,
Kirk,
we could see Coach Brown going back to the pooch kick if they can't cover the deep ball.
I was just about to say we've talked about the pooch kick all season long and why they do it, but there's a perfect example of what happens to you or what can happen when you kick it deep. So number 7, Ficklin, the freshman quarterback for the Ruffers. He's a lefty, folks, and he sees something that he doesn't like, so he takes a timeout for head coach Travis Hill. 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the half. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 26, the Muskogee Ruffers 7. Let me take the time to thank our major sponsors: Advanced Orthopedics of Oklahoma, JEK Consultant, the Class of 1994 letter winners, Westview Pharmacy, Tisdale 23 Catering, Tiffany Tisdale Braxton, Class of 2005, Kate Jones Bohannon of the Heckenkemper team, Class of 1994, Coleman Miller, Guaranteed Rate, and Class of 1994. We thank our sponsors, and we will keep acknowledging our sponsors as they make Booker T. Washington football happen, and we are so pleased to bring it to you. So, Kirk, the Ruffers got the ball. They're down. Exactly where do you think they go at this point? Do you think they go to try to get a little something back, or do they do whatever they can to get this freshman
again, you still got a lot of time. Obviously, you give up another score, then you start getting into a little more scramble mode, but still a lot of time to go in this game. Hornets have brought in Ramsey Austin at nose guard now, so they are trying to beef up front a little bit, so we'll see how that works out.
Here's an inside game for the Ruffers, and absolutely, Kirk, you make a good point bringing Ramsey Austin back in. That time, the same inside give that the Ruffers have been running results in a loss of 2 on the play. The handoff was given to number 21, Brandon Tolbert, and he's been a workhorse for the Ruffers tonight. He's been a bright spot, although he's had 2 fumbles now, Kirk.
Yeah, exactly. So, running hard. Sometimes running hard will, cough the ball up. But, again, Hornets did a good job to capitalize on both of those as well.
Ficklin gets it. He swings it out to the near side. The pass is caught by number 3, who came back to the line of scrimmage and behind the line of scrimmage to make the reception. It's complete to number 3, Jayden Bell, a junior, 5'8", 155 pounds. And the thing about that, Kirk, was, basically you took off from the line of scrimmage, but then you ran back 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage before you caught the pass.
Yeah, again, and so the Hornets there, you stop them on first down, put them behind the sticks, and then you get them doing what you want them to do, which is try to get it on the perimeter, and against the speed of this defense, that's not gonna bode well all night.
3rd down and 13 for the Ruffers. Ficklin has it. The lefty looks left. He finally throws it. The pass is going to be complete, but immediately Jaden King is there to wrap up the Ruffer wide receiver. Going to be good for positive yards, but the Ruffers are going to have a decision to make as to whether or not this is 4-down territory. Pass complete to number 3, Cade Mcgee for the Ruffers. 7 minutes, 56 seconds left in the half. The Ruffers are going to break the huddle, and they're going for it. True freshman quarterback Jamarian Ficklin breaks the huddle in the pistol formation. 1 wide receiver here to the near side matched up with Jordan Drew. Looks like the Hornets are wanting to make sure they know what's going on, so Coach Brown is going to take a timeout. I'm a little surprised, Kirk. Looked like we had everything lined up.
Yeah, interesting, and hard count there by the Ruffers. So I don't know, maybe he wanted to make sure his guys were, keeping an eye on the hard count, because obviously that was the first thing they did. But, again, gutsy call here, and, again, you got a lot of time left in this game, but I think maybe they can sense that with the defense, the Hornets defense kind of finding their footing a little bit, that momentum, a chance to grab momentum here may be what they need.
Coach Jonathan Brown calls timeout to rally his defense together. I do see senior number 51, Ramsey Austin, is in the game. Let me go through the defensive front for the Hornets. Looks like we have number 1, Demetrius Prudham, playing a defensive line position. Number 10, Isaac Covington, a backup running back who Hornet fans remember a lot of. Number 51, Ramsey Austin.
Once again, the Ruffers are lining up for it.
And the Ruffers are lined up Ficklin in the pistol. Now he's stepping back.
quick
Could
kick.
be a pooch punt. Here's a snap. Ficklin going to kick it. A high kick off the side of his foot. It's going to go out of bounds. Looks like it's going to net about maybe 30 yards.
That's a little generous.
The side judge is walking up, and he's still walking. Looks like he stops at the Hornet 42-yard line. So that kick didn't net much, Kirk.
No, and again, and that's, great job by the Hornets again. Winning first down, you put the Roughers in 2nd and 13. Then they try to go to the perimeter to make up those yards. And that plays right into the hands of this Hornet defense. Then you give them 3rd and long. And, again, Jayden does a great job, gives the catch up, but gives it 2 yards short of the first down and makes the sure tackle. Wraps them up. And then you put them in 4th down. And, like I said, I don't think they really had a plan as to, how they could obtain it.
Two running backs flex out for the Hornets. Here's an inside give, but the running back looking to break it to the outside, looking to get the corner. Isaac Covington, he's got the sideline. He's at the 20. He's at the 15. Finally brought down from behind inside the red zone. Isaac Covington with a beautiful run. We haven't seen him running much this season. Good enough for a Hornet first down. The Hornets are going to scrimmage quickly. Kirk, beautiful run by Covington. Looked like he had that monkey on his back, but he still is able to run it down the boundary to be taken down at the rougher 8-yard line.
Yeah, great job by Isaac there. I saw those orange shoes in the backfield. I thought we hadn't seen those yet, so I was right. Yeah, his first carry of the game, I believe.
Here's a tempo play with a little hesitation by the running back, but he gets into the heart of the rougher defensive line, gets a positive carry once again. Number 10, Isaac Covington, the workhorse on this particular drive. We haven't seen Ike tote the rock this much this season, Kirk.
Right, and honestly, Ethan Washington's done a really good job kind of being the number 1, and then Dion's been a fantastic, 1A or number 2, and again, that's allowed them to let Isaac rest and focus on defense primarily.
Here's the same swing pass to Dion McKinney Jr. with a great block from Jordan Drew. Touchdown, Hornets. 6 minutes, 51 seconds left in the half. The Hornets take another touchdown into the end zone. The same play they scored on the last time they had the football, Kirk. You couldn't have drawn it up any better. Great block by Jordan Drew. A great physical, skilled block, Kirk.
Yeah, again, great job, and again, it's really something to see when those are executed well. It's funny too because you look at coaching, and when your receivers don't block those plays, everybody's yelling at the coordinator, "Why are you calling these short passes? It's not working." But you see, when it's executed, that's why they're calling those passes. And tonight, the Hornets have been, really doing a great job. Couple of holding penalties, again, down the field more so rather than the line of scrimmage, so they haven't hurt you quite as much. But for the most part, Hornets have been executing the plays beautifully all night.
And you talk about execution. The block by Jordan Drew over there, Kirk, was textbook. Yep. Do you hear me? It was textbook. He took the defender out who had no chance to make a play on Dion McKinney Jr. All he has to do is catch it, square his shoulders upfield, and get to the boundary, and he's walking to the house.
Well, I'm just glad you could see it. I got this wall in my face, so that section of the field I couldn't see.
Well, it looks like there's going to be a personal foul penalty, I believe, assessed against the Hornets, so it's going to back them up on this kickoff by Jackson Marsh. Can't have that, Kirk. Field position is important, and although you're up 33-7, you want to keep your foot on the neck of the opponent, and you don't want to give them any type of momentum or run back or anything when this game is almost over before halftime. Yeah,
absolutely. So it'll be interesting what the play call is. Again, probably a pooch. You're probably not going to go for the deep kick when you got the long field to go. So we'll see what they do with it. And again, good opportunity here for Jackson to execute a pooch kick and see if we can't keep them somewhere around in between the 30 and 40 is probably your target that you're looking for here.
Well, it's not the homecoming scoring, Kirk, but the Hornets are coming out and putting up 33 points in the first half, only giving up 7. As we said earlier, if you're going to be, lighter up front and more speed, you've got to be assignment specific, and then you've got to score a lot of points. Yeah. Here's a kick by Jackson Marsh. It was high and it's deep. Going to be received at about the 13-yard line for the Roughers.
Got a flag.
The Roughers return man number 3, Jayden Bell, thought he had something go over to the right, but had to basically stop his forward progress, and then that gave the kickoff return team the ability to basically swarm him. Looks like there's a flag on the play, and we're waiting. It's going to be holding against the Ruffers, so that's going to back him up a little bit, Kirk.
Yeah.
And there have been some elements of this game, Kirk, that have worked out really well. I think that was an element of the game that we have to take notice about. Jackson Marsh put a lot of leg into that kickoff.
Yeah, that was a great kick because you think about that. You know, they brought that back, took it to the 35-yard line. So you factor in the 15-yard penalty. So essentially, that's a return to the 20-yard line, which is, again, well behind the yard marker you want to keep him out on kickoff. So a great job there by the coverage team. Great kick by Jackson Marsh.
Ficklin breaks the huddle for the Ruffers in the pistol formation, 4 wide receivers. This time he's going to throw to his left to the running back. Colbert has the pass completed, tries to cut it back, going to get positive yards for the Ruffers. Picks up approximately 6, going to be second down for the Hornets. And more than anything, the Hornets did a good job there of rallying to the football.
Yeah, I got to say, Tolbert's got some feet, though, don't he?
Yeah. That's number 21, Brandon Tolbert, whose quick feet allow him to basically chop in place and then get his shoulder pads forward. And with his size, he's good at that. Here's Ficklin with a pass into the middle of the field, but immediately coming up on the coverage is number 4, Mike Atiz. And there's a situation, a bang-bang type of play, Kirk. I think Mike Atiz was really thinking about intercepting the pass. It just so happened the wide receiver got there before he did.
Did a great job there, but again, he does a great job not to make contact before the receiver gets to the ball. So, again, no pass interference there. And again, going back 2 plays, credit, joke about Tolbert's feet there, but Hornets do a good job to swarm to the ball. So Tolbert makes 1 guy miss, but there's 3 other guys there to finish it off.
6 minutes, 5 seconds left in the half. Ficklin drops back, trying to throw the screen pass, the middle screen actually, and the Hornets snuffed that out immediately. Number 28, Solomon Thompson, was right there. There was nothing doing on that screen, Kirk. That was 3rd down, and unless you complete that pass, it's not going for much because the Hornets knew good eye recognition of what the play was, not losing themselves, and they covered that screen well.
Yeah, number 9, Daley Mays, also back there in coverage as well. So, Tolbert there waiting for it, but 2 Hornets right there just waiting.
Here's the snap back for the punter. Not very high. Gets it into Terry, but the ball hit a Hornet player. The ball hit the back of number 25, Jayden King, and the Ruffers are going to be able to recover that and take possession of the football in Hornet territory, Kirk. I mean, bad break or not thinking about exactly what you needed to do there.
Yeah, bad break for sure, and he's still engaged with this guy. That's when you want to hear that Peter call. Peter, try to get everybody out of the way. Again, somewhat just a bad break there. So we'll see how the Hornets respond. This will be a good little test to see how they come. They get a stop, but they got to get right back on the field and do it again. So we'll see how they react.
On a short kick like that, you almost don't want to field it. So the freshman, Solomon Ficklin, in the pocket, looks back, gonna throw deep, putting a lot of air up on it. Double move. The ball's dropped in the bucket to number 8. Pass was complete to Caden Mcgee. Mcgee was able to run after the catch, but the official rules him down by running out of bounds. Kirk, Ficklin was able to get some air up under that one, and I don't know what happened to the no-fly zone, but he was wide open.
Yeah, that one was up there quite a while. I think the Hornets maybe lost the ball there a little bit in the air or something, but again, big play for the Ruffers. They go up top after the turnover, so trying to take advantage and be big if they can get something here. You still got 5 minutes left in the second quarter, so you score here and try to see if you can't get another one in before the halftime.
Muskogee's in the red zone, and immediately they're thinking about running the football where they've had some success, but that's number 21, Brandon Tolbert, barreling into the middle of the line, and the Hornets were there, and they were stout, taking him down.
Yeah, great job, obviously, as you come into the short field. Sorry, partner, couldn't hear you. Didn't realize I was talking over you. As you get into the short field, you just go a little bigger up front. So, again, Keanu White and Austin Ramsey in there up front, along with Isaac, who's pretty much kind of just floating around, not putting his hand down, but a little bit of a walk-up defensive end.
Here's the Tim Tebow fake run pass. They were trying to hit number 21, Tolbert. Ficklin basically fakes like he's going to run into the middle of the defense, but then he stops and attempts to throw it over everybody. The pass does go over the defense, and the running back number 21, Tolbert, did get behind the defense, but the pass was just long, Kirk.
Yeah, just a little bit long. Good call there. And I feel like you see the freshman quarterback getting some confidence.
Here's Ficklin with the fade. A lot of hand fighting over there, but number 25, Jayden King, man for man, 1v1. Yeah. Great coverage, Kurt.
Absolutely, and good no call by the refs there, because it was hand fighting both ways. Both guys hand fight, nothing too bad. Again, refs always seem to be so quick to throw PI flags these days, but they did a good job there. Keep the flag in the pocket, because it's nothing but two guys hand fighting, textbook hand fighting on both sides, and Jayden goes up and high points it to knock it away.
4th down and 9. Ficklin going for it. He's going to be able to throw to this outside to the end zone, and the pass is going to be incomplete. It was juggled. Micah T's in coverage. I thought he was going to be able to run up under it and possibly intercept it, but the ball was able to get to the rougher receiver. He caught it, but he was juggling it and going out of bounds. Turnover on downs for the Hornets. I thought he had great position, Kurt, but Ficklin put something on that pass, able to get it into the hands of the rougher receiver, but he was juggling when he went out of bounds. A fortuitous, chain of events for the Hornets. We'll take it, but good play by the rougher. Yeah,
and that's a big stop, because I think you can tell by the play calling there that he's getting some confidence there, and they're starting to let him wing it, because again, based on the 26-point lead with the ball, Muskogee is going to have to start putting it downfield a little bit more.
Lathan Boone and the Hornets have the opportunity for a 90-yard scoring drive with 4 minutes, 52 seconds left in the half. Hornets take over deep in their territory. They scrimmaged originally from the 10-yard line. Short pickup on the play. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Hornets. Lathan Boone with 4 wide receivers. Ryan Anderson in fullback motion. Here's a counter play, but Boone's going to keep it. Gets the first man to miss. Gets to the outside. Gets forward progress stopped. Looks like he's close towards getting a first down, and Lathan Boone is asserting himself as a running quarterback.
Yeah, great job. Makes the first guy miss. Otherwise, that's pretty much a dead play. So he does a great job making him miss and is able to move the 6 for a first down.
The run by Boone good enough for a first down Hornets, so they're matriculating once again towards the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse. 4 minutes, 17 seconds left in the half. Well, looks like Deion McKinney Jr. was just ready to run that go route a little too soon, Kirk. Gonna move the offense back.
He may have been getting the ball on that one. He was ready.
Illegal formation being assessed against the Hornets.
You got 4 minutes left here, so you still got your whole playbook. You can run it, you can pass it. You got plenty of time to march down the field. Obviously, time it up just right. Don't leave a lot of time on the clock. And, of course, as soon as I say that, they'll break 180 yards for a touchdown. But either way, we'll take it.
1st and 15 for the Hornets. 3 wide receivers to the far side. 1 wide receiver here to the near side with a man with a deep cushion. Boone drops back, gonna throw the out to Micah Tees, who have it. Tees gets knocked out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. He's gonna be spotted at the 29-yard line. That completion is gonna be able to move the sticks, and it's gonna be at 3rd and 3. Checked at 2nd and 3. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation with Ethan Washington to his right. 3 wide receivers to his left. Boone with the snap, throws it out quick. The wide receiver looking to make something happen. That particular time, the blocking wasn't what it had been on the last 2 scoring plays, and the receiver was taken down pretty quick, but the situation of the first down for the Roughers is not attained, but very close. Looking at what they have, Kirk, what do you go with? What play do you go with on offense?
Again, I think it's a little bit, let's see what they give you. If you got the numbers in the box, you run it. If not, if you got it, you got the flip, quick flip to the outside.
Here's an inside give to Ethan Washington. Looking to get the first down of only about 2. Got to see where he's spotted. Washington definitely was running hard, Kirk, but you had two roughers basically clogging up two Booker T offensive linemen, so the numbers weren't there.
Great job. We got 4th and inches here. Let's see what they choose to do. Players want to go for it. Of course, they always do.
So the Hornets look like they're going to go for it deep in their own territory. 2 minutes, 33 seconds and counting left in the second half. Boone in the pistol. Here's an inside give to Ethan Washington, who powers forward, breaks some tackles, still on his feet, going to get across the 40-yard line of the Hornets. Going to be taken down, but that's going to be good enough for a Hornet first down.
Good job by the offensive line to get a push, give him a hole, and he does the rest.
2 minutes, 15 seconds and counting down for the Hornets in a check-with-me situation. 4 wide receivers in the game. Ethan Washington in the pistol formation. Hornets are on the move, up 33-7 against the Muskogee Roughers. Boone takes a snap, looks to his left, now looking back right, slips a defender, throws it out, pass is complete. Nice catch by Ryan Anderson. Gonna be enough for another Hornet first down, and that was a good read progression by Lathan Boone to finally find Ryan Anderson, who made a great hands catch, and the Hornets get a first down.
Absolutely. Great job by Lathan to make that free defender miss. Gives himself a little time to find his receiver. Great job.
I'm a big proponent of offensive execution, and the Hornets are doing a good job going through their progressions and playbook. Here's Boone looking once again into the middle of the field. This pass is complete, but it's going to be nope. They're going to call this pass is going to be incomplete. Deion McKinney Jr. went up to make what I thought was a good catch, but he was immediately hit, and he's still down. McKinney still laid out on the field, Hornet fans. Hopefully it won't be anything but just a hard hit that he's got to take a few minutes to recover from. Kirk, once again, that seam route that we've talked about for several weeks has been open. We go to Deion McKinney Jr., and I'm not going to say that Lathan Boone's pass was a bad pass because, you know, you've got to be able to go up and extend and make that catch.
Yeah. No, he had, and like I said, I think it's one of those just didn't haul it in before the contact came, and yeah, obviously, you know, main thing right now is just to hope he's okay.
We also have a rougher defender that is slow to get up, so we've got a stoppage in play with 1 minute 27 seconds left in the quarter. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets with the 33-7 lead, and Kirk, you know, we've talked a lot about Lathan Boone spreading the ball out around places on the field that teams don't want to take away because it makes them commit bodies away from the things that they do want to stop. I like the seam routes that we've been running.
Yeah, absolutely.
The fact that, number one, if we've got a favorable matchup, we're going to teach it and go after it. And number two, although we have all that speed on the outside, you've got to keep the defense honest to make the speed even more of a weapon.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing. When you have so much on the outside, that middle can be left open, and the seam route is, you know, very underutilized but very dangerous, you know, play.
Deion McKinney Jr. still being attended to, but he is now
on
his feet. Gonna see exactly how he's able to leave the field, and he's gingerly walking with the assistance of head coach Jonathan Brown. Looks like he's putting a little bit more weight on that leg, so obviously injuries can impact this Hornet team as they foray deeper into 6A2 playoffs. But Deion McKinney Jr. is a good player, Kirk, that has provided what I would say, to use a basketball term, a spark.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, he's maybe not one of the first guys you look at on the list of playmakers, but, hey, I mean, you and I know better than that, right?
Absolutely.
So he's been a huge playmaker, and he'd be a huge part of this team. So that's a big piece that they need to have down the stretch.
Lathan Boone with the empty backfield, looks left, now he looks right, got plenty of time, got some blocking, steps in, steps back out, rolling to his left. Basically, he was directing traffic, finally looked to make a pass into the middle of the field to Demetrius Prudhomme, but he doesn't have anything there. The pass falls incomplete. Going to be 3rd down and 10 from the Hornet 47-yard line. Clock is stopped with 1 minute and 17 seconds left in the half. You know, this is a time, Kirk, where I keep saying you don't ever want to put sloppiness on film.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I will give the offensive line credit. You get quarterback moving around like that, it's easy to hold. But, again, you know, not the sharpest look here. So we'll see what they can do. 3rd and long, one of the first 3rd and longs that I can recall this half. So we'll see what they do here.
3rd down and 10. 4 wide receivers for the Hornets. Boone looks left, pumps it. Now he rolls left. He's looking. Going to put some air up under and throw it deeper down in the field. The pass intended from Micah Tees. And to be honest with you, Kirk, the route was open. I think Tees really cut off his route as he was coming from the right side of the field to the left. If he really ran to the flag earlier in the route, that ball would have, to me, been right on line for the hookup between Tees and Boone. You know, as it was a scramble situation, Tees just started heading left.
Right, yeah.
And that was a break off of his route.
Yeah.
So the pass is incomplete, going to bring up 4th down. Looks like Jackson Marsh is in the game. And every play doesn't work, Kirk.
Right, every play doesn't work. And, again, you know, credit Boone for buying time, you know, getting something downfield. And, like I say, you know, even for the best of teams, 3rd and 10 is not what you want to be in, no matter how many weapons you got. So, you know, again, good job by Lathan to buy time and look for something. And, you know, we'll see what Jackson's got here. Probably a little bit of a pooch situation for him. So, you know, we'll see what he does here and give our punt team a chance to see if they can't, you know, pin the Ruffers deep inside their 10, you know, hopefully here. And, you know, just make sure you don't give anything up here with, a minute 9 left in the first half.
At halftime, Hornet fans, we are efforting to have a special guest here in the booth with us that we would be able to interview to kind of give the Hornet fans a little information. However, we will make sure to run down some District 6A2 scores so that everyone can see where our district is. Coach Jonathan Brown still has the offense on the sideline, making a decision now on 4th and 10 as to what we're going to do with it. I'm anticipating a punt from Jackson Marsh, and as they break the huddle, it looks like the Hornets are going to punt it. This will be a great opportunity for Jackson Marsh to really work on and actually do a deep punt that gets deeper into Hornet territory but backs the Ruffers up as much as possible. Snap is back. Good snap. Marsh puts it up. High kick. It's end over end. It's going to hit. Number 3 lets it go. The ball bounding down, taken a little prematurely by the Hornets, but it's still going to be down inside the 10-yard line.
I think they may have thought they were on the goal line, not realizing they were on the 5. But either way, you get them inside the 10.
Looked like we could have had a little bit more time to let that ball bound before downing it dead. But with 1 minute, 7 seconds left in the half, your Booker T. Washington High School Hornets have a score of 33-2 versus the Muskogee Ruffers, who have 7.
We'll see what the Ruffers do. Probably something here. You maybe just, run it, see if you can break something big. Then you open up the playbook. But otherwise, well.
Ficklin fakes to give, then has the wheel route. Nobody's open, so he's going to basically have to throw it away. That's just eye recognition. Eye recognition by the Hornets, Kirk.
Yeah, great job there. Shows what I know, thinking they might run the ball. But, again, credit, he was confident last drive. It didn't work out for them. Hornets, got away with the goal line stand. But, yeah, I think they're going to keep them in the flow and keep them throwing.
So the Hornets have 2 high safeties, number 4 Micah Tees and number 2 Gentry Williams. The Ruffers have 3 wide receivers here to the near side. That's the wide side of the field. 1 wide receiver to the top side. Looks like Coach Jonathan Brown may have been pointing something going on with the way the receivers were lined up. We still have a dead ball. 37.6 seconds left in the half. All righty. So we're still waiting to see exactly what the conversation is between Coach Jonathan Brown and the White Hat is before the Ruffers take the snap. They are backed up close to their goal line. So Ficklin with 3 wide receivers here to the near side, takes a snap, but he's going to run it into the middle of the field. But immediately he's upended by big number 51, senior Ramsey Austin, who basically introduces him to the turf quickly. And we're going to have another timeout by the Hornets.
Yeah, so there's your, it was Coach Brown pointing out that the clock was running after that incomplete pass on first down, and now we know why. He's going to stop the clock, see if we can't get the ball back, and see if we can't make something happen, whether that be, try to get in the end zone, but if nothing else, maybe you get Jackson a field goal attempt here to end the half.
And Kirk Ramsey Austin, he basically stood Ficklin up and basically said, you're going down and going down quickly, and I'm not going with you.
Yeah, for the old Bull Durham there, he was announcing his presence with authority.
Absolutely, Kirk.
And, hey, he's not playing every drive on defense, though we've seen him over the last 3. I think maybe he just wanted to make sure he made it worth his time.
Well, Ramsey Austin basically comes in there and announces his presence. 39.5 seconds left in the half. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 33, the Muskogee Ruffers 7. Hornet fans, just because it's a home game doesn't mean you need to go home when it's over. Raising Cane's on Yale is open late after the game to feed your victory celebration hunger. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. We're back, 3rd down. Ficklin rolling to his left. He throws it outright. The pass is going to be caught. Nice leading pass and catch. Number 25 for the Ruffers, who is Isaiah Gibbons. He's a senior, 5'11", 190 pounds. Moves the chains for the Ruffers, but they're going to have to make a decision if they're actually trying to score points or just keep the Hornets from scoring points.
Yeah, I think for sure, if nothing else, it's a big play. Keeps the Hornets from getting the ball, barring turnover, of course, but keeps the Hornets from being able to force a punt.
Ficklin has to be careful. Here's an inside give to number 21 that's going to run plenty of clock. Inside give from Ficklin to the running back, number 21, Brandon Tolbert. Clock is running under 10 seconds now. The Ruffers are trying to get to the line of scrimmage and get the play in. Play down to 3. Ruffers still looking at the sideline. And there's the end of the first half. The clock are at zeros. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 33. The Muskogee Ruffers 7. We're going to take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back and give some updates on 6A2 scores. This is Hornet Football 2021. All right, Hornet fans, as you're watching the halftime entertainment, I've got a special guest in the booth. Hornet fans, if you know North Tulsa, and I know you do, one of the things that we've dealt with for years is the lack of grocery services. And I am sitting with a special individual that is addressing that. I'm here with AJ.
Come on.
Aaron Johnson. He's the owner of the Oasis Fresh Market on Peoria. AJ, it's an honor to have you. We haven't met. I know a lot about the store. I know a lot about the development of it. It's in the shops on Peoria. That was
the question is, are you shopping there though?
I haven't been in again, I'm gonna be honest. One thing about me, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay. Listen, fans. Why haven't you been in? Come on.
I've driven by and just didn't need to buy. But I will be by.
Okay, tomorrow's his day, fans. Tomorrow's his day. Hey, I'm grateful to be here. My name is AJ. We have been open 168 days. And we're so grateful for the community that has come together really to answer and solve that problem of a food desert. You know, in North Tulsa for over 14 years, there's $10 Generals, but yet there was not one complete grocery store. And so being in the heart of North Tulsa is key for us. You know, seeing this community, our community thrive is so important. We have, I want to say 5 or 6 Booker T Hornets on our payroll. Leaders doing well, and the definition of Oasis means refuge, safe place, shelter, and we knew we had to offer and provide fresh and healthy access to all.
Well, AJ, tell us a little bit about the story to bring this store to fruition. The real estate has been there and gotten developed. First, the shops on Peoria, and then the out parcel was designated specifically to be a grocery store. Kind of tell the story about how you found out about what was available and the process to open the doors.
Well, as you know, Councilwoman Vanessa Harper, that had been her platform for so long. That was her promise from day one, that she was going to bring a grocery store to North Tulsa. And Miss Rose Washington, now Jones, is the executive director at TEDC. And, you know, there had been a bid for over 4 years for someone to come in as the operator of that space. And there were a lot of great options out there, but unfortunately they just fell through, but they remained hopeful. And it was October of 2019, I believe, that I was in a conversation with Rose and Councilwoman Vanessa Harper, and they said, AJ, you're the answer. And I said, nah, I'm not the answer, but I had over 7 years in the grocery business, and I knew that the pandemic was going to cause, unfortunately, greater disparities in our black community. And so went home and prayed about it, and I just knew. I knew it was time to be the answer. And forever, we don't say there's problem, there's opportunities, and we knew that this was an opportunity to really give back and bless our community. And it's been awesome hearing senior citizens, young and old, come to the store and say, we've never seen a black owner at a grocery store. I grew up in a single parent home, and my first job was in a grocery store at 13. My first legal job was in a grocery store. So things come back full circle. And so to now be the owner of Oasis is truly an honor. And our goal will be to go into underserved communities across the country, because over 39 million people live in food deserts in America, and most of them are in black communities.
Absolutely. So how many square feet is the store? And tell us about some of the specific amenities to Oasis that shoppers can basically come in and be looking for. Not just coming in to say, boom, I want to come in. I came to Oasis looking for this.
Boom. So one thing that's different, we have a smaller footprint. So a 16,500 square foot store, but our unique difference is we have a nonprofit called the Oasis Project, TOP. We on the top, baby. We are on the top at Oasis, and we provide wraparound service. And in November, we're going to be rolling out utility assistance programs, housing assistance programs. We have a DHS worker on site 3 times a week to help families get signed up for benefits. Hundreds of millions of dollars given back to the federal government in Oklahoma because of resources that are unused. So what we're doing is we're bringing those resources right to the store. And sometimes people have a bad stigmatism of, well, we don't want to be associated with it. We're trying to bring those resources to our community to add value to their lives and to their families. And bring in medical clinics. We're providing prescription assistance. And so we're trying to really not just have a grocery store, but our difference makers, we're bringing resources that may take you 7 or 8 different appointments at different places. You can get those benefits right out of Oasis, especially every first Saturday.
The value of relationships, AJ, is so very important. It's like networking. And the fact that you are an entrepreneur in a for-profit business, but offering the services besides just selling the groceries to your constituents that are in a community that, number one, needs the grocery store, but offering, like I say, valued relationships. That is so very important. I think it's critical. I'm going to put you on the spot. What's next?
Man, what's next
Got him.
is
Got
got him.
him.
You know, it's and I will give you a snippet because some of it is, you know, you can't tell everything. But I will say this: the importance of the partnership and feedback is so key. My name is AJ. If you have challenges or questions or concerns, a lot of people come in and they say, AJ, I can get something at Walmart $1 cheaper. And I said, man, I appreciate that feedback. Walmart is buying 1 million, 2 million cases of mayonnaise per week. Oasis is buying a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand. So in order for us to get better pricing, it's macro, microeconomics. The more we buy, the better pricing we get. And so that feedback, people coming to AJ, I can get this elsewhere cheap. We can work with that. We're looking at gross margins and profits and things every day to position ourselves to serve our community. People don't know in the grocery industry, it's 1% to 2% gross margin. So it's not like we out here, hey, no. No one gets in the grocery industry with a single store thinking they're going to be a millionaire. I made the decision to do this to serve our community. Now, we will have multiple stores, so we're working on a West Tulsa location, which is also in a food desert. And there are other communities. There hasn't been 1 week that has gone by that another black community across the country hasn't said, we want you to do this in our community. So minority communities across the country are looking for this answer, but we got to have North Tulsa be that headquarters.
Well, Tulsa is the home of Black Wall Street. And
Come on.
AJ, you know, we've never met, but I'd be remiss in not asking you, is Oasis your first business, or what have you done before Oasis that prepared you for Oasis?
Oasis, I am a first-generation business owner, so this is my first business. However, I had consulting before. I was previously the executive director of the Tulsa Dream Center and an executive pastor of a church here in town. And so, and was a regional manager of a grocery store in a different state. I oversaw several stores. And so being in the people industry, I've done that my whole life. Since graduating from the University of Tulsa, go Cane, which I heard they're up. Let's go Cane.
Okay.
But people and pursuing people over profits will always open up doors. Caring for people, serving for people, I believe that is the key. When I first graduated from college, I was in the pursuit of money, thinking, hey, as a growing up in a single-parent home, seeing that red disconnect notice on the door, you hated that, you know, or not having hot water. But and I pursued money and made that almost my God for a season, but there was no fulfillment. True fulfillment came from stepping into my call of serving people.
Well, AJ, from being on a different side of a table, one of the things that I know for any business owner is to have forethought, vision, and passion. If Hornet fans, if that doesn't come through to you tonight from this interview, you're not listening correctly. AJ, it's wonderful to see the passion for what you're doing in North Tulsa. I'm born and raised here, remembered and was having conversations with good friends of mine where we were talking about when what was where.
Come on.
But we're here in 2021, and the Oasis grocery store is a beautiful story for North Tulsa because things are coming back, and they're coming back in an area. I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you, since you may not know this, you know, it goes back for somebody like me to the old Banfield's Meats.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
All right. You may or may not know about that. And I was having a conversation where for a lot of people in this community, people are still saying, I remember when Banfield's was there.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And in a lot of minority communities, if you start, you know, say a grocery store somewhere else, you get so many people saying it was always right there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
No matter
yeah.
how good the grocery store is, that's where Banfield's was. Well, guess what? You were a stone's throw of where Banfield's was.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, for those of us that may move away and come back, our parents, the older people in the community are here. They can say, well, it's new. It's got a name like no other store in Tulsa, but it's where Banfield's used
That's
to be.
right. It's got deep roots.
And so
From the history.
those roots, your passion, it makes a difference. Keep making a difference, my friend. Keep making a difference. If you keep making a difference, good will come of it. What's the last thing you want to talk about?
Hornet fans, just because I'm here with my man, I'm going to do this. I'm going to give him a $25 gift card on the broadcast. He talking about Oasis. My man ain't even been to Oasis, but you know he going to come to Oasis tomorrow. Look, you can't see it, but I'm reaching in my pocket right now. $25 gift card to Oasis, but he going to spend $75 tomorrow. But this is what I'm going to do. Hornet fans, if you're listening, you come to the store between 10 and 12 tomorrow. Buy one Milo's tea, I'll give you one for free. You say, AJ, Hornet, I heard you on the radio. 10 to 12, I'll be at the entrance of Oasis.
Buy one, get one?
Buy one, Milo's tea. Boom,
Buy
go.
one, get one?
Just for these fans right here. That's the power of partnership.
Well, Hornet fans,
Oasis.
You got homework, and somebody like me, Kirk, I'll find a buy one, get one wherever I can. You know what I'm saying?
And he need to bring all his homies since he ain't been.
Well, you know what, AJ? I'm playing golf tomorrow. So,
right.
I'm playing golf with a big group. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell everybody in the group that we'll come by as a group to the Oasis Fresh Market on North Peoria. You can bank and book that.
I'm going to leave him my cell phone number, and he going to call me.
I'm not coming by and not stopping by. Hornet fans, AJ from the Oasis Fresh Market, I've enjoyed talking to you. We're going to have more conversations, my friend. Kirk, it's so good to have folks in the booth that know what they're talking about, because half the time, we don't know what we're doing. AJ, man, it's so good to have you here. We'll definitely be talking about Oasis Fresh Market. If you don't mind, we'll definitely be talking about you for the rest of the broadcast.
Come on.
We appreciate you, man. Hornet fans, get to the Oasis Fresh Market. Give them the address and the website if you can.
Come on. We are at 1725 North Peoria Avenue, right behind the Sonic, and our website is oasisfreshmarkets.com, and our nonprofit is theoasisproject.org. Come check us out. It's about serving people. 3 things people want. They want to feel seen, they want to be heard, and they want to be safe. And that's what the Oasis is providing for North Tulsa and beyond. Shop with us, support us, buy black, baby. Let's go.
Hornet fans, we'll be back. Booker T. Washington Football 2021.
updated score from out at H.A. Chapman Stadium. In the third quarter, 12 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Tulsa Golden Hurricane 10, the Navy Midshipmen 3. That's Tulsa 10, Navy 3, with 12 minutes remaining in the third quarter.
Welcome back for the second half, Hornet fans, as we're just a little over a minute out from second half action. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets leading the Muskogee Roughers 33-7 here on senior night. Again, Hornets with one loss on the year, looking to finish out strong here against Muskogee, and then one more game next week versus Bixby before we head into the 2021 playoffs. I'm Kirk Jones. Byron will be joining me back shortly. Tough act to follow there, obviously, with AJ from Oasis Fresh Market. Hope you guys didn't tune out for that at halftime. Got some fantastic stuff for you there. Again, for those that maybe didn't catch our halftime interview, did sit down with owner AJ Johnson of Oasis Fresh Market here in North Tulsa on the shops on Peoria. Again, go see him tomorrow morning. Fresh Market right there at the shops on Peoria. Again, great interview with him. Tough act to follow, but we'll do our best. Again, about 20 seconds out from kicking off the second half here. Again, your Booker T. Washington Hornets 33, Muskogee Roughers 7. Hornets took the opening kickoff, so they'll be kicking off to start the second half. As my partner Byron joins back in here, get ready for some second half football. Byron, what are you looking for in this third quarter?
You know, honestly and truth to be, Kirk, I was thinking about that, and really and truly, we've seen the Hornets the last several games come out and score the first possession that they have the football, and we've got to continue that crisp mentality. Because as we talked when we opened the season, it's one thing to have a lot of weapons. The other thing is to be effective in using them. And there's nothing more demoralizing than getting the ball and basically going to score without being impeded. I mean, how many games do you watch where, you know, you have the excitement of the opening kickoff and the team goes 3 and out? You know, we haven't had that. And that in itself is a weapon, Kirk.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we come out, come out on defense here in the second half, it's the same thing. Start with a good defensive stand, get the ball back, and like I say, you got a chance to really put this thing away. Because you look at it, it's 26. That's a lot. That's not insurmountable. We've seen it done. Obviously, the way the game's been going, you wouldn't expect that. But, again, if you come in and think it's over, you know, Muskogee showed a lot of fight tonight. They've got a few weapons. Again, the quarterback got more and more confidence as that second quarter wore down. So, you know, look for them to come out firing because they know they've got to start moving the ball. And, you know, before we get into the second half, you know, I kind of mentioned when we came back from break, hope too many people didn't tune out at halftime because, man, what an interview. I about ready was just give him the mic for the second half because I think it would have been more entertaining. But, again, here we are. But, again, fans, hope you caught the interview.
Oasis Fresh Market.
Oasis Fresh Market, yes, sir.
I mean, if you didn't know, you know.
You don't know, now you know.
You know about Oasis Fresh Market. Hornet fans, if you don't sense the passion in this young man that is here working for you and your community, if nothing else, go in, browse, and buy something that you normally buy because that is commitment.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can just completely sense his passion there. And, again, he's doing that for North Tulsa. Like he said, he can go make money. He's gone and he's made money. This is a passion project of his because think about it. I remember, you know, when I'm in high school, you're getting on the BA Expressway to go grab some groceries, right? You didn't have somewhere in North Tulsa to go. You're hopping on and going to, 15th and Lewis, and, you know, that's not close. That's not convenient. So what do? We just grab some fast food, go to the Dollar General, get the cheap stuff, and that's one of the problems when he talks about these food deserts.
Food deserts. It's a very deep. That's a deep term. That's a deep definitive statement about the community. It is a food desert. I mean, I hate to cut you off there, partner, but food desert, meaning that the residents have a strong inability to get sustenance.
Right, fresh substance,
Yes.
healthy sustenance. Yeah, I mean, again, you can go and you can make do at the dollar stores, and like I said, you can grab fast food and you're all right. But to have real, sustainable food, healthy food, I mean, it's such a big part of everything because it all starts with food, right? It affects your mind, it affects your mood, you know, it affects everything you do, right? And when you don't have options, like, we're all human. We go and we just do what's easy, what's cheap. And if we don't even have an option for healthy nearby, you know, why bother? So that's what AJ's here to change, and I love it.
Jackson Marsh kicks it off once again high and deep, received at about the 9-yard line for the Roughers, running to the far side of the field looking for a block, trying to get a lane. He's able to get over to the boundary. Jackson Marsh makes him cut back inside, and he's finally run out of bounds a little bit at about the 40-yard line of the Roughers. But whereas a lot of people, Kirk, on that particular kickoff return didn't do their job, Jackson Marsh came and did the most important thing, make the guy cut back so that the pursuit can catch him.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's great to get that tackle, but you're right. Your number one job is to slow him down, make him cut, make him stop, and move another direction so the rest of your guys can catch up. And that's the third. So 1 tackle and 2 either assisted or slowdowns for Jackson Marsh tonight is a great job.
So the true freshman, Ficklin, is able to give the cutback this time to number 25. That's Isaiah Gibbons. First time we've seen him run the ball tonight. Gibbons takes the sweep. He's going to get positive yards for the Roughers. Going to be close to a first down, but there is a flag on the play. We're waiting for the white hat and his crew to confer. Looks like it's going to be holding against the Roughers, so that's going to bring it back. And that's what we're talking about, Kirk, coming out. And, you want to have a crisp, efficient, execution, positive series. And the Roughers, after the first play, don't get that. Good game, but it's all nullified with a penalty.
All for nothing. And, again, that's when you're flying to the ball as a team and you got multiple guys, they got to try to keep you away, and the more guys flying to the ball, the more likely they're going to have to hold somebody or push somebody in the back and back you up a little bit. So, again, great job there. So we got 1st and 15 now. We'll see if the Hornets can, capitalize on that again. When we've had them behind the sticks, we've been very good tonight.
True freshman quarterback, you want to basically make him uncomfortable and put him in situations where he doesn't excel. Here's a blitz off the right edge. Ficklin throws it out to the left, and it's going to be incomplete, close to being a lateral. I don't know if he saw the pressure, Kirk. I don't know if he saw number 6, Deion McKinney Jr. coming up for the unimpeded blitz, but the way he threw the ball told me that he felt the pressure and he threw it short. He didn't set his feet and he didn't throw it out there with authority. Pass incomplete.
That's a great job. That was a lot of green between him and his wideout over there. Wideout, very, very wide splits. That's a tough throw. So yeah,
and it's a tough throw because with the taper of the field, with the taper to the 2 sides of the field for drainage, you've got to step into that throw. Absolutely. Here's Ficklin throwing, steps up. He's got a rush. Here's number 51, Ramsey Austin, trying to get him, but he doesn't. Coming up from the secondary is number 2, Gentry Williams, and he lays a lick on number 7, Jamarian Ficklin, knocks him out of bounds. He gets some positive yardage, but trust me when I tell you, he paid for it, Hornet fans. Gentry Williams comes up from his free safety position, and he tattooed Jamarian Ficklin.
Again, probably somebody Lincoln wouldn't mind having there this year instead of having to wait till next year. I know Grinch would love to have him right about now.
Grinch needs him right now, Kirk. He needs him.
I was trying to be nice.
Wouldn't love to have. He needs him. 3rd down and long to go for the Roughers. Ficklin looking again to his left. He's gonna run, but he's got a man open, good enough for a first down. Pass complete, trying to get back to the middle of the field. And that time the Hornets secondary is just way too soft, Kirk.
Yeah,
way
absolutely.
too soft.
And good job by Ficklin there. He gets loose. He gets 3 defenders to commit, finds his open man, just tosses it over the heads of those defenders. And, the Roughers got something going. Again, if you're Booker T, you want to, like you said, squelch the momentum, come out and put this thing away on this drive. So we got Ramsey Austin coming back in on defensive line. So him and Keanu White, along with Demetrius Prudhomme there. So we're going to, add in a little bit more. But yeah, Ryan Anderson
the
as well.
Specialist,
so,
the switchblade.
Yeah.
Man in motion. Ficklin takes a counter play. They ran all the first half to number 21, Brandon Tolbert.
Flag on the
but
yard line,
immediately a penalty flag flies. Looks like we're anticipating this.
Probably a legal procedure. Now, it could be, if the Hornets lined up at the neutral zone, but I'm thinking probably a legal procedure there. Obviously, that's what Coach JB thinks. So we'll see if he's right.
So we're waiting to see exactly what the penalty is. Still waiting. Well, they're walking it off, but we don't know what it's for. We're early in the third quarter, 10 minutes, 7 seconds left. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 33, the Muskogee Roughers 7. Don't know, I'm sorry, I may have missed exactly what the infraction was, but the Roughers have been backed up. They are once again behind the chains. The clock is running. The play clock is at 20 seconds. Ficklin brings the Roughers to the line of scrimmage. 3 wide receivers here to the near side, which is the wide side of the field. One-on-one coverage up top. Isaac Covington comes off the edge, but everybody is there for the Hornets on the inside give. And I'll say it, a swarm of Hornets takes down the Rougher running back and backs him up. A loss of play once again. Kirk, they may be small, but they're getting it done.
Yeah, absolutely. You got Ramsey Austin in there, Solomon Thompson as well. But like I said, Prudhomme #1, getting him wrapped up, and the other guys finishing the job. Again, second and long now, exactly where you want to have them, as the Hornets defense. So we'll see. Now, again, they had him in second and long, on the last set of downs, and they let Fickle get away and find a receiver deep. So let's see if we can stay disciplined here and get him in third and long and ultimately force a punt.
Ficklin and long. He fakes the pump. He throws the screen to the middle of the field, but there are a lot of Hornets all over because once you basically fake the screen and get everybody to run forward, they immediately see that it's going over their head. They run back. Short gain on the play. Still going to be behind the sticks. It's 3rd and 11. Let me ask you the question, Kirk. When you got a coach that's a Division I and NFL D lineman, do you think he knows something about teaching attitude across the defensive front?
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit.
Because we're watching kids that are undersized and out of position playing on the defensive line.
Absolutely, and doing a great job. So, credit to Coach Brown. Obviously, you don't get where he did without knowing a thing or two.
Ficklin whips it out to the quick slant. Very nice throw and catch to number 3, Jayden Bell. Pass is complete. It's close.
I think we'll see the Roughers go for this. It doesn't look like they have any intention of punting.
It's close, but it looks like they were in 2-play calls when they were at 3rd and long, so it looks like it's going to result after the positive pass play to 4th and 3 from the Hornet 31. I like it, Kirk. I mean, I like it. Let's be honest. I mean, it's 33-7. It's district play.
Yeah, you got to make things happen.
Ficklin once again gets the pass out to his left. The pass is complete to number 21, the running back, Brandon Tolbert. Positive pass play.
Yeah, and he's looking to delve out punishment again on that one. So that'll get him the first down. And again, the Hornets, you got to dig in. They're getting in the score zone, not quite in the red zone yet, but again, Hornets have been good in this spot. Like I say, when that field shrinks, they strengthen up quite a bit.
But it's the same thing Booker T's been doing, Kirk. When you've got that cushion, take it.
Yep, absolutely.
First down for the Roughers. Man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. He gets to the corner. He's got the edge, looking to split some players over there. Gentry Williams comes up from his safety position and finally pulls him down. That's the second carry for number 25A, Isaiah Gibbons, a senior, 5'11", 190 pounds. Good for a Rougher first down, and they're definitely in the red zone now, Kirk. So even though this drive is taking a little bit of time, the Roughers have possessed it the entire third quarter. We're now at 7 minutes left in the quarter. They're moving the football. This is what they got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, started to play with confidence there towards the end of the second quarter, and showing it here too.
Ficklin putting air up under it. The ball is up, intercepted by Jordan Drew, and but he's impeded. He's still up, trying to get to the corner. Jordan Drew finally taken down. It's not so much that he didn't take it to the house, but Kirk, when I saw that, the first thing I thought, he's about to walk that dog. But unbelievable coverage, Kirk, by Jordan Drew.
Absolutely. Takes advantage. Not a great throw. And with the coverage he had, he was the front man on that, so did a great job. And, and credit Isaiah Gibbons from Muskogee not giving up on the play, because you're right. Looked like he was gone, but Isaiah Gibbons did a great job not giving up on the play, so you got to give him credit again. Just like you talked about at the beginning of the broadcast, they got a lot of pride. He's not there here to let somebody take it back 102 on him. So, but at the end of the day, great play by Jordan, and now we got the ball, and now here's a chance to really, really step on their necks and try to finish this thing off.
Lathan Boone, 4 wide receivers. Here's an inside give to Ethan Washington, who has a burst into the middle of the field. Looks like he's almost going to get good enough yardage for a first down. Kirk, now that was burst, vision and burst. We hadn't seen that all night. We hadn't seen that tonight.
Yeah, he saw the hole. He was ready. He hit it. Yeah, he knew what he had there, so he wasn't going to waste it. So
I mean, you talking about downhill.
Yeah.
I mean, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon coming out wet, Hornet fans. First down for the Hornets. Here's another inside give to Washington. Looks to cut off the left side, spins. He wrestles a man down, takes a guy on his back. Another running play that's close to first down yardage for the Hornets. And Ethan Washington is now asserting himself into this particular drive tonight. He's had several carries, made a lot of receptions in the first quarter. But now running the football between the tackles, he's getting that work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here's another inside give. Cut to left, now right. To his left. Watson spins. Going to be good enough for a first down. This has been the exclusive Ethan Washington drive for the Hornets. The ball's going to be shaded on past midfield on the rougher sideline. It's a rougher side of the field. Lathan Boone takes a snap, throws it out to the right. The pass is complete to Tease. He's finally going to be taken down. Had a block out there by number 24, Ethan Washington.
Yeah, great blocking by Anderson there.
Oh, it was Ryan Anderson. He was swallowed up by the people that were making the tackle.
Right. That's how good his blocker was. He was so close in that Tease ran right over him.
So we got some substitutions coming into the game. Number 11, Jordan Drew here lined up to the near side. His commitment coming up tomorrow. Lathan Boone in the pistol. Ethan Washington dead behind him. Zone read fake. Boone steps up. Now rolling to his left, looking for somebody to throw to, but he's going to keep it. He's got to the boundary, going to make the judicious decision and get out of bounds. A nice 8-yard positive yardage play, Kirk. And there's so many things Lathan Boone did on that play. There were mechanics. The footwork, I was very impressed with, Kirk.
Yeah, absolutely. No, he does a great job there. And again, continues to look downfield, but when he realized the best play was the run, he took off, assertive, and did a great job. And again, smart to get out of bounds. You get 8 yards on first down, there's no need to go ahead and dive in there.
Boone fakes the handoff, rolling to his right, got a man, but the pass is high, going to be incomplete, intended for Deion McKinney Jr. on the deep out. Haven't had too many incompletions for Lathan Boone tonight, and that was a pass that you got to step into. Now, he's rolling to his right. He's rolling to his hand side. It makes it a little bit easier because he had a clean area to throw to, but he still has to step into that pass, Kirk. You got to, I mean, you're not going to point it, you're not going to guide it, but you got to step into it.
Yeah, for sure. And it looks a little tall for DJ there, but again, still 3rd and short here for the Hornets, so we'll see what they do.
Here's an inside give, no fake by Lathan Boone. Cuts up, he's into the secondary. He's in the middle of the field trying to get to the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets. Lathan Boone with a shifty run and then showing the field. Hornets are on the board. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Kirk, Lathan Boone is running that rock.
Hey, great job there. And I don't know if the fans can hear or not. You hear Night Train left, right, left, and that's exactly right. Exactly what he did there. Honestly, I don't think he was touched on that one. He did just a great job. And again, commanding the offense, right? That's what he's been doing all night. The words you've used, he's done a fantastic job. Really, since last year, we've just seen him grow before our eyes, and he continues to do a fantastic job.
Jackson Marsh with the hold down. Kick is up. It's going to be good. The Hornets now 40. The visitors from Muskogee, the Roughers, 7. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Kirk, you asked me the question of what I was looking for. I talked about what the Hornets have to do coming out and the execution and the demoralization of your opponent. The Roughers come out, they had the ball for 5 minutes, getting into the red zone. Freshman quarterback Ficklin makes a throw into the end zone. I mean, yeah, it was a little short, but still, Jordan Drew had to jump up and make the interception. The offensive player, in many instances, I would say, didn't fight hard enough to keep Jordan Drew from intercepting it. But the thing about it is, Jordan Drew brings it out about 30 yards. Hornet offense takes over and you get points. I mean, what do we have? One or two plays that had a loss of yards, no penalties, but you go out with 70 yards, and I mean, yeah, you earned it, but you went and got it.
Definitely for the Hornets. And yeah, I apologize. I got Night Train giving Coach Ice happy birthday over there, so got me a little distracted there. But no, absolutely great job. Again, defense does give yards, makes the play they need to, and like you said, offense just right down the field, but primarily behind Ethan Washington and then crafty running by Latham Boone.
Here's the pooch kick by Jackson Marsh, taken by the Roughers. Ball is received, but the return man is going to be taken down. With his forward progress, they're going to give him the 38-yard line of the Roughers. So number 7, the freshman, Jamarian Ficklin, is once again going to helm the offense for the Roughers. And Hornet fans, please pay attention to what we've done along the defensive front. We're playing senior Ryan Anderson, senior Ramsey Austin. Ramsey Austin is a stalwart on the defensive line, but Ryan Anderson, this is the first time I've seen him playing defensive tackle all season. Number 22, Keanu White. He's 5'6", 205 at the defensive end position. Here's an inside handoff to Tolbert. He breaks it to the secondary. A hard hit by number 25. Jayden King breaks him down, but once again, Brandon Tolbert, quick hit, running north and south. In this case, running north, big run by the Roughers.
Yeah, so here comes Ramsey Austin back in again. I think, because what you've got him playing full-time on offensive line. So you like to not have to use him full-time on defensive line. And so they're working to mix some guys in. You're missing a Madre Tiger, obviously, so that's huge. So you're missing Jaden Oates, as of this week. So, again, they're doing what they can, but sometimes you got to bring the big fella in.
High snap. Ficklin's going to have to call his own number. On the busted play, he's going to try to run to the left and doesn't get anything out of it. This is going to back the Roughers up. And these are things that you have to have happen, Kirk. Okay, you gave up a big play. You're already giving up the size in the defensive line, so the opportunities are there. If they block it right and they basically get a lane, but now you've got to bow your neck and you got to stop them.
Absolutely. Particularly on senior night here, shout out Solomon Thompson, number 28. Not a part of that starting linebacker crew last year. Very strong linebacker crew. You lose two of the three to graduation, and Solomon's done a great job this year coming in, and he's been fantastic all year long.
Almost taken down for the sack. Ficklin eludes the rush, probably makes a bad decision and tries to make a pass completion, but it's going to be intercepted by the Hornets, and you're talking about a ball hawk. Number 4, Micah Tees, and Kirk, that kid's a beast.
Absolutely. Great job by DJ McKinney. Again, doesn't finish the sack, but gets the pressure, forces a bad throw. And like I said, in this secondary, you throw it up for grabs 99% of the time. Hornets are coming down with it.
I mean, Micah Tees looked like Tiger Woods standing over a 4-putt on that one right there. He was like, I'm just waiting for you to throw it, baby, because it's going down.
Yeah.
So the Hornets,
it wasn't really a matter whether he was going to pick it. It was whether he was going to pick 6. So.
Exactly. The Hornets backed up deep in their territory at the 18-yard line. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Ethan Washington in motion to the left. Here's a swing pass to him, looking for a block. He cuts it back into the middle of the field. Nice hard run by Washington. Instead of trying to get outside to the boundary, Kirk, he said, okay, I'm going to come back in towards the defense and see what I can get. And he's running with some heat behind him.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Just a big night for Ethan and playing fantastic. So we'll see if they continue to feed him or if we spread out. We do have Gentry Williams in on the top of the screen there, so we'll see if they try to utilize him again. We don't bring him in often on offense. Obviously, his value is on defense, of course. But
we got the check with me. Looks like we got single coverage on Gentry, but there's a safety over the top. Here's Latham Boone running to the wide side, running to the near side. Looks like he's going to have enough for a first down. And Kirk, it's so smart on that play right there. I mean, you want to run north and south, but Latham's just running towards the sideline but getting enough yards for the first down.
Yeah, absolutely. And that quarterback run game is going to be so big as we get into the playoffs. You're going to need to make something out of nothing sometimes. And when you can do that, defense thinks they're about to get the sack, they've got the pressure, and then all of a sudden it breaks down and he's gone for a first down. I mean, that can really be crushing on the defense, and we're going to need that as we get into the meat of this playoff schedule.
Another check with me, 3 wide receivers to the far side. Here's an inside gear to Ethan Washington, who cuts it back into the middle of the field, running hard, trying to break a tackle, and he almost does it. Finally shoestring down into Muskogee rougher territory. Kirk, Ethan Washington is getting stronger as the game goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, we talked about he's asserted himself as the number 1 tailback. You go into this year and it's like, okay, you got Ethan, you got DJ, you got Isaac. Somebody going to step up, or we're going to split the 3 or whatever. And Ethan, particularly over the last 3-4 weeks, has really done a good job to take that number 1 role. He was always a starter, but he was still getting split in a lot of reps. DJ McKinney, they're using him because he's too dangerous not to. Not because they have to, because they're fine with Ethan. They're using DJ because you got to spread the wealth. But, Ethan has shown he can be the number 1 running back. And obviously DJ, again, has done a fantastic job, not only in the backfield but in the slot as well.
Well, after that beautiful run, Hornet fans, there was a hanky on the field going against the Hornets, so they're going to be backed up into Hornet territory. They're behind the sticks now, first down and 18. 3 wide receivers to the far side for the Hornets. Lathan Boone in the pistol formation with the running back to the left. He fakes the give, swings it out to the senior, number 25. That's Jayden King on the reception. Senior, 5'11", 161 pounds. Jayden King making his announcement, his commitment on the 1st of November. So that's an opportunity for Jayden. This time we have the OU commit, Gentry Williams, here flexed out to the widest on the near side for the Hornets. 3 wide receivers. Inside give, swings it out once again to King. But the Roughers are immediately there. I don't know if Gentry Williams missed the block or the way the play was set up was to leave that man, but for the first time tonight, the Roughers were able to basically have a person there immediately.
Yeah, absolutely, immediately there. So, yeah, and that's, again, one of those things you're not really sure about unless you deep into it or know the play call. But, yeah, was that his man, or was his job to take the second guy and make the first man miss? But, yeah, in that case, obviously there was no time to try and make that guy miss. Great play by the rougher defender.
Because, honestly, Kirk, one of the things we've seen tonight, we'll talk about it after this play, is that the Hornet receivers have blocked well tonight.
Very well.
Here's a quick crease pass caught by number 1. That's Demetrius Prudhomme. Once again, Kirk, that's the Hornets using that inside slot man, working that middle of the field. I have coaches that always say, if you can work the belly, the middle of the field, you can have the outside all night long, and that's what the Hornets did. Now Hornets with a little tempo, 4 wide. Here's an inside give, hesitation run. That looks like number 6. That's nobody else but Deion McKinney Jr. Positive yards for Deion. Close to a first down. But, Kirk, let's go back to what I said. Every Hornet wide receiver tonight has excelled in the blocking for either runs or especially the swing passes.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, the swing passes can look like a terrible play. Like, what are you calling that play for? If it's not blocked right, and we saw it there, again, whether it was missed assignment or just play call. But, yeah, if you don't block, it looks terrible. It looks like you don't know what you're doing. You got nothing else. But when it's done right, and the Hornets have shown that tonight, when it's done right, it is very, very effective.
And I'll be honest with you, Kirk, a lot of fans just hate it because, you're just throwing the ball to the side. It's a stretch running play, fans.
Yep.
It's a stretch running play. You're getting the ball quickly into the hands of people that can take it to the house. But it's so critical that your quarterback puts enough mustard on it to get the ball into the wide receiver's hand quickly, and that's the timing part of it. Whereas any other pass, an out, a post, a slant, has to have timing between quarterback and wide receiver of where they are with their steps and making their break and getting separation. On this type of pass, the timing is the quarterback getting it out to them quick enough, and then another wide receiver making a great block.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And again, it's been a clinic all night. Like a couple holding calls, but very few missed blocks. There's been a couple, but very few, particularly for the number of times we've gone to that play. And we can do that because they're performing so well.
Split back option look. Ethan Washington takes the pitch. He splits the first man. He's going to have enough for the Hornet first down, and the Hornets actually, Kirk, worked from behind the chains. Ethan Washington is checked back into the game.
Yeah, but they're fine. I got to say, something about Ethan I've really loved. When he gets tackled, he falls for 3-4 more yards.
Nice point to make. Here's another inside give. Washington looks to get outside, but cuts it back to the inside. Lots of roughers are hitting him, but it's taken multiple guys to bring him down. That's another 7-8 yard carry. The Hornets are matriculating to the south towards the Nathan E. Harris Fieldhouse, up 40-7 as the clock gets under 1 minute in the third quarter. Second down Hornets. Roughers are substituting players. They're wearing people down. And
there
for
it
the
is.
first time tonight, for the first time tonight, and Lathan didn't do much, but a legal procedure on the Roughers. Ethan Washington picked up 5 yards on the carry. Lathan Boone is going to give you the other 5. So now it's going to be Hornets inside the red zone.
Yeah, you talk about little things that make a big difference in the playoffs. It's things like that. Free 5 yards, and he's been so good at that. I haven't seen a lot of it in the last couple of weeks, but if he can put that back into the repertoire again, you know, yards are not going to come easy in the playoffs. So we'll take all the free ones we can get.
Deion McKinney in the flex motion, but here's Ethan Washington, who sets up a nice run. Looks like he was cutting outside, but immediately cuts back inside, gave him the dead leg. Once again, he gets positive yardage, about 3 to 4 yards. Going to bring up second down for the Hornets. Gentry Williams checks into the game for the Hornets. Ethan Washington checks out. Number 10, Isaac Covington.
Orange shoes in the backfield, baby.
Orange shoes, Isaac Covington in the backfield for the Hornets. Here's an inside give. No, it's switched out.
Look at that blocking.
I can't even get it right because it's so quick. Now I got it. Lathan Boone swings it out to Deion McKinney Jr. A great block from Gentry Williams. And number 11, it was Prudhomme.
Yep.
Gentry and Prudhomme, one a kick-out block, one a seal block. You get a seal here and a seal here, and you run the ball through a hole big enough for a Mack truck to get through it. Hornet touchdown.
No, that was fan. I mean, they couldn't have done that any better for what we've been talking about on this drive and all night. And the wide receiver blocking that was an absolute clinic.
Here, the snap is back. The kick is up. It's good, but we're going to have illegal procedure by the Roughers. Going to be offsides by the Roughers. We're at the end of the third quarter. Going to be declined by the Hornets. So they're going to re-kick. Kirk, I want to make a really important point for this Hornet 21 football team after senior Jackson Marks makes this PAT attempt. Snaps down, kick is up, and it's good. And with that, your Booker T. Washington Hornets take a 47-7 lead at the end of the third quarter over the Muskogee Roughers. Kirk, I have to take a moment to shout out head coach Jonathan Brown and his entire staff.
Yep.
Specifically for the execution and the precision that we have seen in the game plan tonight, throwing these, swing passes left, right. I, as a wide receiver guy, the way these guys have blocked tonight, it's been impressive. They've done their job. They're turning their hips. They're making contact. They're not holding. When the guy runs past them, they're letting up. They're not getting penalties. Between that execution and what we're doing on the defensive line with several undersized guys, you got to give this coaching staff a lot of credit for how they've prepared this team tonight.
Yeah, they've done a great job. And, again, really going to it a lot. And I think it's just kind of add to what you got to watch on film, what you got to prepare for. They've done a great job. Another thing that's been great to see tonight is the after the play stuff. We haven't had to deal with that tonight like we have a lot of the season. And, again, that stuff's got to go if we're going to make a deep run in November.
Number 44, senior, Reagan Bradford, getting the football up for the Hornets.
So we've got senior number 44, Reagan Bradford, on senior night, getting the kickoff after the score by the Hornets. Going to be received at about the 21-yard line by the Roughers, number 26. He's trying to pick his way through, but he's finally held up, stopped up at the 35-yard line of the Roughers. Here we are on senior night, Hornets. Let me run them down for you again. Senior, number 2, Gentry Williams. Senior, number 11, Jordan Drew. Senior, number 13, Ryan Anderson. Senior, number 21, Owen Calvin. Senior, number 24, Ethan Washington. Senior, number 25, Jayden King. Senior, number 28, Solomon Thompson. Senior, number 33, Isaiah Doby. Senior, number 44, Raygon Bradford. Senior, number 45, Jackson Marsh. And senior, number 51, Ramsey Austin. We thank this senior class. We send them out on senior night, and they're doing their job tonight, Hornet fans.
Absolutely. Been a great class, a lot of good memories, a lot of good wins.
Here's a reverse to number 25, who basically changes direction back into the middle of the field. Hard running for 10 yards. He got 10 yards, Kirk, but here's the thing. It's an end-around reverse to the far side. He was turned around by guys who were disciplined and stayed at home. He had the flow to cut it back like any type of counter flow. He got 10 yards, but you still had gang tackling.
Yeah, great job by the Hornets, absolutely. So first down here, so we'll see again. Just out inside of rougher territory there. So as they approach the Hornet side of the field, we'll see if we can keep them out.
Ficklin fakes it, throws it into the middle of the field. Nice completion. He gunned it that time. That's number 88, Anthony Watson. We've been looking for him all night. Watson is a sophomore, 5'11", 200 pounds. Big-looking kid with his pads on, Kirk.
Yep.
We've been looking for him. They haven't been able to find him until now. Good enough for a rougher first down.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that was somebody we had, earmarked to keep an eye on tonight. And, yeah, hadn't seen much from him, but, nice catch, pitch and catch there. And, Ruffers got a little something going, so we'll see how the Hornets react.
First down for the Ruffers in Hornet territory. Ficklin takes it. He's looking to his left. He's a lefty. He steps up. Looks like he's going to run, trying to get to the sideline and run out of bounds. Crackback block, and here come the personal foul flags. Ruffer looking just to protect his quarterback, but you can no longer do the crackback box, Kirk.
Ooh, there was a lot of them on this field back in the day, too, wasn't there?
Loved it, baby. If you don't see it, you're definitely going to feel it.
Oh, yeah.
And he didn't even get his money's worth.
No, he really did it. Got a piece of him. And honestly, I don't know if that's worth the flag, if you ask me. But
he got a little shoulder nudge on him.
He did. He did.
If that's me, I'm lining you up and trying to put you to sleep, Kirk.
Right.
But it's a different time.
Yep.
It's a different time.
Yep.
I mean, on a situation like that, quarterback coming downfield, and I'm already downfield, and somebody trailing the play.
Looking for somebody.
Head hunting. Head hunting.
Different game now for sure, and obviously, you look back at some of the things that. Probably not a bad idea, right?
Going for the knees.
I know. Definitely a different game now.
So this is going to back the Ruffers up at least 15 yards. It was a positive gain for the true freshman Jamarian Ficklin on the scramble, but now they're going to be behind the stick, so it's going to be 1st and 20 from the Ruffer 47. They're back on their side of the field. Ficklin, another high snap, throws it out, and there's Ramsey Austin just swallow it up. Oh, but he doesn't wrap up and make the tackle. Number 25, he's at the 20. He's at the 15. He's going to take it to the house. He's looking back. Number 25, Isaiah Gibbons, a senior running back, goes in for the touchdown, Hornets. Number 51, Ramsey Austin, literally had him wrapped up and eaten up and didn't take him to the ground, and Ramsey Austin is hurt. Looks like he may have a cramp. Everybody on the Hornets really, Kirk, basically eased up. I mean, they thought Ramsey Austin had the play made. He's swinging him around. Just go ahead and take him down. Right. But he almost catapulted him for the run to the end zone.
Yeah, he did. He gave him a little boost. And, down here now, so like you said, hopefully it's just a cramp, not a, ankle or something like that. So hopefully we'll see. And, hopefully he gets up on his own power here. And, again, hopefully just nothing more than a cramp.
So with the touchdown that we're waiting to kick the extra point, and we're happy to report that Ramsey Austin is up. Looks like he had a little bit of a cramp because he was moving.
Yeah, he was doing a great job making the play out on the boundary, for the big lineman, and unfortunately just couldn't finish it off. So
the Ruffers score their second touchdown of the night, 10 minutes and 24 seconds left in the ball game. Getting ready for the PAT.
Number 18, Sally One Bear, in to attempt the point after. His kick is up.
The high snap is brought down but kicked through. 10 minutes, 24 seconds left in the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 47, the Muskogee Ruffers 14. Want to be just like our Hornet football players and enjoy a post-game meal? Stop in to grab Cane's fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers and sauce. It's the perfect way to celebrate with your friends. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love for the Booker T. Washington Hornets. And while I'm at it, let me take a moment to thank our sponsors. Adrian Bradley, the class of 2004. Christopher Elmore of Smiley Elmore and Associates, class of 1995. Derek and Heather Alexander, classes of 2004 and 2011. Kirk Jones of Chase Bank Mortgage, the class of 2004. We thank all of our sponsors for helping us to bring you Booker T. Washington Football 2021. And while I'm at it, remember, buy one, get one free tomorrow at Oasis Fresh, at the Oasis Fresh Market Grocery on North Peoria. It's buy one, get one on Milo's Tea. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it. As you're headed to your tailgate at America's Greatest Homecoming in Stillwater, Oklahoma, stop by the Oasis Fresh Market on North Peoria and pick up some Milo's Tea. You know you're going to the tailgate, Hornet fans. You know you're going to America's Greatest Homecoming. So stop by, pick up 10, 12 Milo's Teas. You get 12, means you pay for 6.
There you go.
Tomorrow at Oasis Fresh Market.
I didn't know they were getting math lessons on the broadcast tonight. What's up?
It's not an algorithm, fans.
They're going to learn today.
Here's a deep kick that bounds into the end zone over the head of Deion McKinney Jr. Going to be a touchback. The Hornets are going to scrimmage from their 20-yard line. We're looking. The trainers are still working on Ramsey Austin on the sideline, Kurt.
Yeah, we're going to see number 73, Holt Rankin, sophomore. Got him listed 5'10", 185 coming in on the offensive line. So see a little bit of a change. That'll be good. Let's get some guys in. Obviously, with the score where it is and with the game coming next week and playoffs following that, yeah, you just need to, his health is priority number one right now, and a good opportunity for some younger kids to get some action.
So Hornet fans, though, Lathan Boone breaks the huddle at his 20-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the near side. Gentry Williams, the OU commit, in motion. Now he wraps around. Inside give, jump cut. That's Isaac Covington, looks like. Jump cut, gets into the middle of the rougher defense, going to be able to pick up a couple of yards. That's one of those plays, Kirk, that we've been kind of talking about. You got Gentry Williams in motion. You're thinking, is he getting it? Is he getting it? What is he doing with it? Then he goes, circle motion back to where he came from, and you run Isaac Covington. A defense has to be very, very disciplined.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got the athletes that we do, and you start moving them around. Yeah, you create a lot of havoc for the defense.
Kirk, one thing I'm saying is this Hornet offense is wearing down this rougher defense. They really have. They've got pride in their playing, but they're wearing them down.
Yeah.
Here's a nice, patient outlet pass to Isaac Covington from Lathan Boone. Going to be good enough for a Hornet first down. The Hornets matriculating down the field. That was beautiful footwork by Lathan Boone, Kirk.
Nice.
He's dropping back. He's setting up like he's going deep. So all of our wide receivers can be run off. And then he hits the running back. An easy pitch and catch for a first down.
Yeah, great job by Isaac there to just get the first down. You don't have to go for the end zone there. Just get the first down and keep moving.
9:15 left in the ball game. Another swing out to Gentry Williams. This could be special. He gets to the boundary, and he's going to walk that dog. Gentry Williams runs out of bounds, Hornet fans. You knew what was coming when he split the first tackle. Jets.
He ain't too fast for himself, too. Couldn't quite keep the balance on the sidelines.
Kirk, if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. Slow feet don't eat. And he may be thin, but he gets to eat.
Hey, he's eating.
Gentry Williams has not been in the end zone tonight, Hornet fans, but it is senior night, so he's getting a little action on the offensive side of the ball. Here's Isaac Covington, another jump cut, gets a block from Gentry Williams, and he's going to run for another 10 yards, Kirk.
Yep, yeah, great job there, and you know, going back talking about Gentry there on offense, you know, it's interesting. You think about, obviously, on the next level, we're talking about playing on the defensive side of the ball. He's only got a few offensive snaps left, right? So, you know, you want to get him in, but also, again, as we go into the playoffs, having him on the field, whether he gets the ball or not, you have to account for him with one, a lot of times two people. So that's only going to help open things up. Now, again, you can't overwork them, right? Because you got a brutal stretch coming up.
Absolutely.
But you want to sprinkle them in there, obviously, because, again, those little things that can cause a hesitation or cause a double team and open somebody else up, all the yards are going to matter.
Same play, swing pass to Gentry here on the left. And that's a smart play by Gentry right there, not trying to cut back Kirk. The defender's on his back, has his jersey. He got injured like that last year. You remember that, Kirk? That time, you know, the guys got him. Just take what you can get and get down, okay? You know, that's a learning curve for the athlete.
Right, and when you're a big-time recruit like that, I think there's so much pressure to impress everybody on every play, right? Sometimes you got to just make the football play, and that might be a 4-yard gain.
Lathan Boone, inside give to Isaac Covington, going to try to break it out to the right-hand side. Lots of big roughers right there, but Covington is dragging people, still going to get positive yardage after the initial contact that was either at the line of scrimmage or maybe in the backfield. I've got somebody here in the booth telling me that 7 different guys had to take him down. Isaac Covington, number 10, and he's a sophomore.
Just a sophomore, yeah. Made big plays as a freshman.
Running hard.
Yep.
The clock is malfunctioning.
Got the clock malfunctioning, Hornet fans. It stopped with 8 minutes and 11 seconds. The officials may be keeping the time on the field, and you know with them,
here in the press box,
looks like they're trying to reset it. So we've got a break in the action. And while we've got that break in the action, as it's almost done as we're in the fourth quarter, when you're heading home after the game, head on in to Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Cane's fresh, never ever frozen chicken fingers and sauce is the perfect way to feed your post-game appetite. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love for the Booker T. Washington Hornets. So now the clock is wound, and it's winding down to end this game. There's 8 minutes, 4 seconds left in the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets, 47. The visitors, the Muskogee Roughers, 14. The Hornets have shown dominant flashes on both sides of the ball tonight, Kirk. We haven't talked about it, but they have.
Yeah, no, they've done a great job. And again, you know, you got a little bit of pride here, particularly for the defense. You know, can we finish this game with just the 14? Obviously, I think pretty frustrated to give up that last touchdown. Offensively, again, can you hit the half 100? You know, you're in territory for that right now. And again, you still got 8 minutes in this game. So again, you want to finish clean.
Lathan Boone on a busted play, going to try to get what he can. He's going to finally run out of bounds. Looks like it might be a loss on the play. At the start of that play, it was 2nd down and 5. He's going to be backed up, going to be 3rd down and probably about 9 yards for the Hornets, still deep into rougher territory. We've got substitutes coming into the game. And check that. So from 10 a.m. to 12 noon is the buy one, get one free on the Milo's Tea. 10 to 12, you can sleep in and still get one free.
Or you get 18 rounds of golf in and then go afterwards.
Isaac Covington running to the edge. He's hit pretty good. Not able to get much over there. Looks like he's going to be run out of bounds. Here we've got a flag after the play. Now it's getting a little chippy and getting a little ugly, Kirk.
Yeah, we'll see what we've got here. You got Jackson Marsh ready to head out for a field goal, so this could make it a longer attempt. But we'll see again after the play stuff is what we were just talking about. They've done a good job of eliminating this game, but we'll see if this is. I didn't honestly kind of stopped looking over that way. I don't know who that was on.
Let's see what we have. So we've got unsportsmanlike conduct against Muskogee. Must have been a player that said something to another player, Kirk. Had to be. So that's basically going to allow the Hornets to have a 1st down They're going to be first and goal to go from the 10-yard line. 7 minutes, 35 seconds left in the ball game. Split backs in the backfield with Lathan Boone. We got Micah Tees wide over here. Jordan Drew in the motion, might swing it to him, but here's an inside give, running hard and finally taken down. Looks like the give was to Ethan Washington, who's been running hard all night long, Kurt.
Real hard, gets a hard-earned 2 yards there. Go second down. What do we got, about second out of goal from the 8 here, looks like.
You know what I say, Kurt? If you can get 3 yards on first down, 3 yards on second down, 3 yards on third down, I can fall for a yard.
Oh, I thought Latham was going to go and try to get 5.
The free yards are appreciated too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Split backs for the Hornets. Here's an inside handoff once again to Isaac Covington. He's running hard. Finally takes multiple roughers to take him down. He's inside the 5-yard line at about think they're going to spot him at the 3. So it's going to be third down and goal from the 4-yard line of the Muskogee Roughers.
Interesting call. You take up the middle. Can you get a one-on-one matchup on the outside that you like? We'll see what they go to here.
Ethan Washington at a wide receiver position in the slot. Jordan Drew split wide. Isaac Covington gets the fake. Here's a nice little pass and catch. That's number 13, Ryan Anderson, his first touchdown of the season. Another great hands catch. Touchdown, Hornets.
Hey, a well-deserved touchdown there. Like I said, the guy's been playing fantastic, playing out of position on defensive line. Filling in for some guys being out. Fantastic job there. Great to see the young man get a touchdown on senior night.
Beautiful play. I would love to see a replay on that. I didn't even see where Ryan Anderson was lined up, but Lathan Boone found him, and he threw a strike and a wonderful hands catch by Ryan Anderson, who caught it at the goal line, made sure he got in. But another beautiful pitch and catch and a wrinkle at the goal line I haven't seen all season.
Right. No, it's not something we've seen. And, that's not an easy throw to make, right? So great job there by Lathan. Like you said, hands catch, using your hands to bring it in. We got a little bit of extracurricular going on here. The teams need to break that up. There you go.
So on senior night, Ryan Anderson scores to make it 53. Then senior night, senior Jackson Marsh makes the extra point to make it 54. The Hornets have put up half 100. 6 minutes, 3 seconds left in the ball game. Booker T 54, the Muskogee Roughers 14. And Kirk, I can't get over myself. I mean, the execution tonight has been crisp.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been fantastic. Just what you want to see as you hit the home stretch. And, great job. And, great to see all the congratulations for Ryan Anderson down there on the sideline. You can tell that meant something, not just to him, but to the whole team.
And Ryan Anderson, who caught the touchdown, has lined up at defensive end tonight, Kirk. Ryan Anderson is a 6'3", 180-pound wide receiver tight end who's done yeoman's duty at defensive end tonight.
Yeah, no, great job by him. Again, take a little page out of the Demetrius Prudom playbook, just a little wide receiver / tight end, wide receiver / defensive end. No big deal.
I'm going to call that kid Switchblade because he's going to get you. Yep. So Jackson Marsh in the kickoff. The last kickoff was done by a senior Raygon Bradford, but senior Jackson Marsh will be kicking off. He approaches it. He's got his deep pooch that he's done a lot this season, taken at the 22-yard line by the Roughers. The receiver tries to get it to the sideline, but right there, number 12, Grayson Chalk on the tackle, and he hit him, Kurt.
Yep.
He hit him, and he knows it.
And they did that one well. When you pooch it to the sideline, you're trying to get him to take the sideline, and then there's just nowhere to go. So great job there by the coverage team.
Five minutes, 59 seconds left in the ball game. Booker T, 54, Muskogee, 14. Ruffers, led by number 7, Jamarian Ficklin, the true freshman, 5'11", 160 pounds. Fixing an obvious passing down. He's going to crank it on first down. He throws it, has a man, but great coverage by number 25. That's number 25, senior Jayden King. You know, he's got the school record for interceptions in a game.
He's had a pick or two in his day.
And he has another one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hornet football. Ficklin tried to rear back and put one down the sideline, and he just didn't throw it far enough, Kirk. Let's be honest with you.
Right. He's throwing at a guy that knows what to do with it, too.
Jayden King makes a beautiful interception to give the ball back to the Hornets. And, Kirk, I think it might be Hollywood showboat time. We haven't seen Jordan Drew get in yet.
Yeah.
We haven't seen Gentry Williams get in yet. And we haven't seen Ethan Washington get in yet. Somebody's going house, okay?
Yep.
Somebody's going house.
You'll see a little extra effort on these runs trying to break them.
Here's an inside give. No, Boone keeps it. He's out towards left. Great blocking by the wide receivers. He steps, makes somebody's miss. He cuts back. He's going to be able to get enough for a first down, but I think one of the wide receivers might be called for holding this time, Kirk.
Yeah. I think the receiver may have got outside him a little bit. So, yeah, we're probably going to have a hold and come back. Looks like we're going to have our man Isaac Fain come in. I was wondering, about time to, when the time would be to pull Lathan out and let Isaac get some snaps, and I think we're hitting that time now. Looks like we also got Sire Green coming in, number 27 coming in at running back.
So Ethan Washington and Lathan Boone are done tonight, and in at quarterback for the Hornets is number 8, Mr. Nasty, Isaac Fain, Hornet fans. We've got 5 minutes and 35 seconds left, counting down for the Hornets. Isaac Fain, the backup QB, is in the game.
Yeah.
Here to the near side, we've got number 1, Demetrius Prudhomme, and number 12, Grayson Chalk, who made the tackle on the kickoff return. Fain takes it. Here's the zone read give to number 27, who's hit immediately. And there's still a lot of pride for those Ruffers. Hey, this is one of those times, Kirk, where you come into the game and it's late, your team's up by a lot. Don't come in here tipping.
Right.
Because the opponent is hitting.
Yep.
And it's business being taken care of out of here. Now, they may lose the battle, but they're still trying to win the line of scrimmage war.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You don't come in because, like I said, they know backups are in. They don't like to see that either. So they're going to bring it. So you better come ready to play.
Absolutely. Fain with the check with me. Play clock down to 7 seconds. 3 wide receivers to the far side. Once again, zone read. The Ruffers are looking for it. Big number 77, Arion Parrish, a sophomore, 6'2", 312 pounds on the tackle, and he fills out his uniform well, Kirk.
Yeah. Might need a bigger jersey there next season. We'll see. No, but getting interesting here. Get 3rd and long. See what they come up with here. You conserve. You just run it and go ahead and punt this away. But Isaac Fain's not one to to want to give up on anything. So we'll see what he does. If he keeps it, he's going to be fighting for every yard. I can promise you that.
Let's see if Isaac Kane gets to uncork the cannon. He doesn't. It's an inside give to number 27. Number 27, the running back is Sire Green. He's a sophomore, 5'6", 135 pounds. He sticks his nose up in there. He gets a few, but not enough for the first down. So it's going to be 4th down for the Hornets. Senior Jackson Marsh has entered the game to punt. Ruffers finally have a guy back to receive is number 3, Jayden Bell, a junior, 5'8", 155-pound defensive back and wide receiver. Ethan Washington and number 16, Mekhi Chambers, are the gunners for the punt team. Now we're going to have a stoppage in play. Coach Jonathan Brown calls timeout. I think the play clock was about to expire. Kirk. So we've got 3 minutes, 8 seconds left in the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 54, the Muskogee Ruffers 14. The Hornets are currently ranked number 3 in 6A Division II. And Kirk, I don't know what everybody else is doing. We haven't been able to update any scores tonight, but the Hornets have looked impressive.
Yeah. No, Hornets look good for sure. Next week's opponent, Bixby, I've seen they were up 59-6 at one point over Ponca City. So obviously 3 minutes left in this one. This one's decided, but as this one closes down and we get into post game, we'll obviously set that up for next week because it's a big one.
But Kirk, I bring it up every season. You want to have a progressive season. You want to get better as the season goes on. One of the things that I saw as a progression tonight, this offense is wearing on the defense, Kirk. And we've got a game coming up, but if you've got an offense that can wear people out and put points on the board, you got something.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's definitely one of the, like you said, one of the crisper performances we've had. We've seen some sloppy offense this season for sure. And so, obviously, in a lot of games, you've got the athletes to overcome your opponents, but, the scores have been big, but not every performance has been clean. I don't think any have been as crisp as this one we've seen tonight. So it's good to see them, again, progressing around uniform again as we hit the home stretch of, like I say, what's going to be a big, big November.
Well, coming into the game, Hornet fans, the Muskogee Ruffers were 2-6, 2-3 in the district. You want your team to take care of business, and that's what the Hornets have done tonight. Here's once again the counter give to number 27, who looks to run over somebody. He gets into the Hornets secondary, finally taken down by number 11, Jordan Drew at the safety spot. Good enough for a first down for the Ruffers. Clock running, 2 minutes, 50 seconds left in the ball game. Play clock is running. Gonna see if the Ruffers are serious about trying to basically get a little momentum for next week by putting points on the board, Kirk.
That they have, and like I said, they're going to try to get in the end zone. Don't think otherwise here. And obviously, level of pride here for the Hornets to keep this again, just to 14 points given up. You don't want to give up. That 2 touchdowns up 14 and less is kind of a benchmark.
Here's a jet sweep by the Ruffers coming right, but he cuts it back, and he's going to be able to take that one to the house. That's number 23, Kennedy Mcgee for the Ruffers, and I didn't think they were going to do it that quick, Kirk. Yes. Touchdown Ruffers. We had a little bit of technical difficulty, but there's a cutback run by number 23, Kennedy Mcgee, puts points on the board, and we got a lot of backups in the game.
Yep.
You never want to see, when you give it up like that, Kirk.
Right.
But the Ruffers are still playing hard.
Yeah, a heck of a run. No, it was a great run, but there, and again, good job there. One there for his extra point.
The extra point is up and good for the Ruffers. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 54, the Ruffers 21. And as we know what's coming, Kirk, we're definitely going to be trying to run out the clock, salt this one out. Yep. We'll go ahead and start talking about next week. Hornet fans, we're playing Bixby. They are the number 1 team in 6A2. They are the two-time defending state champions. They're on a 40-plus game winning streak. Hornet fans are coming to S.E. Williams for the final game of the season. I don't know how to set it up any better. They've got the younger brother of Oklahoma State, and he is an Oklahoma State commit, senior Braylon Presley. We've got OU commit Gentry Williams. It's number 1 versus current number 3. Bixby's up big, so we know they're going to come in number 1.
Yep.
There have been some great games played on this field down here below us, Kirk. Some big games, very big games played on this field down below us, Kirk. But next week, it doesn't get any bigger than what we're going to have right here. And we'll be here for you, Hornet fans. If you can't get here,
sir,
we'll have it for you. But Hornet fans, if you can get here, get in the stadium, and still stream the broadcast. We got Bixby next week.
Absolutely. Come in. You know, these kids deserve to have your full support in person if possible. And if you can't, hey, we'll do the best job to bring it to you we can. But should be a great game. And yeah, you know, you mentioned, you know, Braylon Presley, Gentry Williams. You know, that's going to be such a key matchup. I know you're talking running back defense, but how's that work? I mean, Gentry's going to be the one to continue to watch him throughout the night and shadow him around the field. So. I guess I can stop talking about next week. Is Muskogee's made a play here to not finish this game out yet?
Got a squib kick that was mishandled by the Hornets, and with the muffed kick, the Roughers are going to be able to recover it deep in Hornet territory. That was number 6, Deion McKinney Jr., who muffed the kick and wasn't able to pick it up. With 2 minutes and 11 seconds left in the game, the Roughers are going to have the ball at the Hornet 21-yard line. Now you're in a position, Kirk, where if you're the Hornet defense, and I see several starters coming back into the game, the defense needs to go ahead and close it out right here and make Muskogee run out the clock is what they need to do.
Yeah, you know, pride's got to kick in here. You know, you gave up one there on the last drive. You don't want to give up another one here.
Ficklin takes a snap. Here's an inside give.
Ryan
Anderson fumble on the play.
There you go.
Ryan Anderson makes number 27, Latavian Johnson, fumble and recovered by the Hornets. Now that's how to go ahead and try to seal the deal.
Senior Ryan Anderson causing the fumble. Senior Solomon Thompson with the recovery.
Absolutely. On senior night, 2 seniors combined to turn away the last attempt by the Muskogee Roughers to try to get into the end zone. Muskogee's had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles on the night, if I remember correctly. Isaac Fain will be at the helm for the Hornets. Play clock down to 15 seconds. Coming right up on 2 minutes when the clock stops, when the clock starts for the Hornets.
Hornets with possession, 1st and 10 now at their own 43-yard line.
In the pistol with a running back to his left. Here's a give up the middle and into the teeth of the Rougher defense. Number 27 taken down. That's Sire Green. Now we've got a new running back coming in, number 32, Zypel Meeks. He's a sophomore. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 140 pounds. Play clock running. 1 minute, 38 seconds left. Hornets comfortably in command, 54-21 over the Roughers. Seen a lot in all facets of the ball game tonight. Here's Fain, play clock down to 3. Another give in the inside. He cuts it back, but cuts up into the middle of the Rougher defense and finally taken down. On the carry is number 26, Alexander Brown. He's a junior, 5'7", 165. Coming up on 1 minute left in the game. Kirk, you were talking about Gentry being the person that's going to be looking for Braylon Presley. That dynamic is going to make for a lot of pre-snap intrigue, in my opinion.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be a chess match, right? So, you know, and it's not that's all it is, right? There's so much more that goes into that, but that's kind of the idea of having Gentry roaming back there is to clean anything up, and more so than any other game, there's going to be a lot to clean up with a lot more repercussions if you don't. So it's going to take a very sound game from the Hornet defense.
Isaac Fain on the keeper, and he does the smart thing by getting to the outside but doesn't get out of bounds. The Hornets don't get a first down on the play, but we've got a timeout on the field. We've got an injured Rougher is what we have. Looks like hopefully it's just a cramp. You know, Kirk, I bring up the dynamic because, you know, as I've watched Bixby, one of the things that I'm enamored by is the designs of their plays to get the ball to their weapons.
Right.
What we've seen tonight is good play design by the Hornets, but we've had great execution in getting the ball to our weapons. I feel like the Hornets don't need to be, you know, Hollywood classy with play design. They've just got to execute properly to get the hands into the guys that can make a difference. And then Bixby's got to do the same thing that everybody else has to do. They got to, you know, put their pants on one leg at a time, and they got to tackle.
Yep. Yeah, no, absolutely. So, yeah, making tackles, ball control is going to be key. Keeping the ball, so turnovers and penalties, you got to cut those out, to have a chance to win next week.
Well, with that, the Hornets don't even scrimmage. The clock runs down. That's the ball game. Your Booker T. Washington Hornets 54. The visitors of Muskogee Ruffers 21. Having some technical difficulties tonight, folks, so we're going to wrap it up shortly. So happy to bring you Hornet football. So happy for all of our sponsors. Remember, we're excited about it. Next week, Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
Who they play?
Some team out south.
Who they play?
Some team out south, down south.
Okay. Well, I think they play Bixby, Kirk.
There you go.
I'm going to be here. You going to be
I'll
here?
be right here with you.
So next week, from right here at S.E. Williams Stadium, it's your Booker T. Washington Hornets going up against the Bixby Spartans. We thank you for being here. We appreciate you for being here. We love you, Hornet Nation. I'm Byron Perry with Kirk Jones. And I got a tea time in the morning, Kirk.
Hit him straight.